Hello kawans, yo soy Little Cat, Le Dum Dum DM, and I made a mistake last week. I did not hit the stream button, but I did record it. But I didn't turn on the chat box until 2 hours and 41 minutes in. Oops. Thanks, Brain. I am sorry I've forsaken you. PSA again, there will be many allusions to abuse towards sex workers in some episodes. I do not condone these acts and am supportive of sex workers and their autonomy. End of PSA. Previously, in session 3, the agents get to know more people, specifically the colorful and somewhat apathetic Adilla Sunshine from the Xenia Speakeasy and the dark, emotional, and tenuous Madame Lila from Never After. They attempted to appeal to Madame Lila's sensibilities only to have it end with her angry and cutting the conversation short, as a large amount of goodwill garnered during the conversation was thrown out the window with a callous question about broken goods. We continue with Wendigo announcing that he will be staying at the brothel, and the rest heading back to the hotel to get some rest. A head peeks in through the curtains as Hazik, the androgynous and very overprotective assistant of the madam, clears his throat. Stay here? He's looking at you guys.
What did he say?
Stay here?
I
Is
will
that a question?
have plan.
It's not a free establishment, so... What kind of services are you looking at?
How much?
What kind of services?
What service you have?
None for me.
Then you have to buy something or you have to leave. This isn't some kind of safe house that anybody can just stay at. This is a service.
Do you have a safe house to evacuate?
No. I'm sure you heard the madam say that. We don't have any contingency plans.
Wendigo looks to Gunlak. Can we arrange one?
Probably. I'll see what I can cook up tomorrow.
What did you have in mind?
Haunting. Clear place. Lights out. Wait. Arrival.
He looks
Scared.
at you and he goes, I'm not sure what you think this operation is. You make it sound as if you think you can just control this establishment.
Offered plan might work.
I didn't hear the madam say yes.
Offering suggestion. He looks into his pockets for...
The madam is
Pen
left,
paper.
right? It's
Yeah,
only
the
Hazik now.
madam huffed away. She's like, no, fuck
Okay.
this.
I guess Bosk will. I look around to everyone. Is anyone else staying, or can we leave yet?
Have plan to discuss if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. Wendigo will take out parchment and chalk and draw out his thoughts in a little outline where that he will show to Hazik as well as he's drawing.
Hazik sees it and then he takes out a menu and he puts it on the table. You have 5 minutes and then he leaves.
Before he leaves, Bosk will say, "No, I think we need you here."
Well, again, you can't stay here. You have to either buy something.
How much
Use a
would it be
service.
to rent a room for the night without extra services? Just a room, empty room.
We've never had that, so you're paying for services as well.
Yeah, whatever. How much?
Make a insight check.
Okay. 15.
Beep boop. He does not like you.
Us
Okay.
or Gunlog in general?
Gunlog in general.
Like in particular?
Yeah.
Do I get why? Because I was a bit short with him? Or
You don't get why. You just know that he is very unimpressed.
Yep.
I say he,
Look.
they.
Hazik, the mistress probably won't want to see us again. And as someone who has her ear, you're the only one we can speak to. Let Wendigo put forward his plan, and if it doesn't interest you, we won't be back. But if what you're planning to do is just run when they come, I don't see this ending any differently from all the other times you were raided.
He looks at
Do you
you.
want this time to be different?
Let me tell you a story of the first time we tried to make it different. Do you know how long Madame Lila had to not work? Do you know how long she had to tend to her wounds? Do you know how long we had to shut down operations?
What did you do?
We tried to fight.
You won't be
not what
fighting
we
this
are
time.
suggesting.
I will hear it out.
Good. I'll look at the menu and do they have like shisha?
No, they do not.
What do they have?
They have beverages. They don't have food. Mostly beverages.
Okay, I'll order a low caffeine tea.
Yeah, you get some flower tea.
Yes.
The person behind takes the order.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you have Hazik just standing there. He is so far very not impressed.
Well, not much we can do about that now.
Ah.
Wendy.
All right. So Wendigo will put forward his plan.
Okay. Wendigo puts forward his plan as this, which he will draw out. He'll draw a square representing the establishment, another little square with a little tick, a check mark on it, indicating a safe haven arranged, and an arrow indicating moving people to it, just for the night of the expected raid. He will draw out a little light bulbs off over the original establishment where the raid's supposed to happen. And he puts little cross marks on it indicating that he and the group will be waiting for the people in various ways. And he puts forward a little skull that indicates his plan is to do strange things to them in the darkness that will resemble a haunting, and that it should scare them off, or if they do not, a stronger action will be taken to discourage them. Meanwhile, the carriage, which is indicated outside with the wheel, will be tapped to lead us to where it goes off to, where they would usually take their people to. There may be a chance for rescue follow-up from there, or just to find out where they bring it to, and their getaway will be sabotage, so that if worse comes to worse, fighting breaks out, they try something with the other establishments, they have no transport to bring anyone back home. Wendigo is willing to stake his life on this and take the strongest possible means to ensure no word gets out.
Okay, so it looks like the key objectives we will achieve from doing this is no workers will get harmed. and
Find out where they're
a
taking people, or just where their location.
yes, their base can be located. And
There's a possibility of search and rescue.
yes,
If there is anyone to rescue.
finding out what happened to the other people.
Mm.
I don't think we want to float the possibility of rescue as one of the things, because that just raises hope to be dashed.
Oh, we kind of said it already now,
I mean, Wendigo is putting that for as
But
a
we're not-
possibility.
but we can't promise anything.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I would recommend to like no, we don't suggest that to the madam.
Wendigo
Because I
does
don't
put
think it's
forward that the
realistic.
main point of the plan is to spook the enemy and not so much fight them. It's only if they will not leave peacefully that stronger measures will be taken.
Yes, so to
If they don't
dissuade
find anyone here, they shouldn't have to.
violence. Okay, so these are the things that we're looking at, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I think the most difficult thing would be to properly evacuate the building.
we know the rough time that they're going to be here. If we evacuate 2 hours prior,
Yes, but that assumes that they don't have some way of finding out.
they might.
We should give it a few hours to move, not last minute.
Yes.
That's why I said 2 hours. But yeah, it might mean that they might not come at all.
Yes.
They might be able to find out. Which, if they don't come at all, is at the same time not going to be good for our credibility. Which is what it is.
Do we know where the nearest other brothel is?
You have passed by some. One slightly more garish one.
Okay.
The rest, all you haven't been able to pinpoint because they're sort of subdued, just like this
Okay.
one.
Right. So if like the carts that come, they're quite conspicuous, right?
Carriage.
It's
Yeah.
a carriage. You can ask.
Like we won't miss them
You'll
if they show up at this general area.
At that particular time and so on
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah. So like if they don't come here, they'll go to one of the adjacent like
The
places,
ones
and
that they
then
have
we'll be
raided
able
before,
to
perhaps.
yeah, and then we'll be able to bug the carriage then.
That
So
depends.
that
The other
portion of the
places that
plan should still
that depends.
possible.
The other places that have been known to have been raided, where are they? Are they nearby? Would we even know? if they
Okay.
go there
I mean,
instead?
our first assumption, out of character, our first assumption is that the info is correct. Otherwise, like the whole premise is a bust.
Yes.
So, assuming the info is correct, and this is a subdued thing, you would at least expect them to enter the establishment to check.
That depends.
Yes,
If we evacuate a few hours prior, they might have
yes, like if they
their
have
own
an informant,
information.
if they have an informant that's like, oh, they evacuated, then they probably won't raid this particular establishment anymore. They might go somewhere nearby.
But
But then,
it doesn't have to be nearby though, necessarily. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
that's
asking
true.
if we know the locations of the other places. We might not be able to know if they go there if it's not very close.
Mhm.
Okay, you know
True,
that
true.
from end to end for this red light district is only a 30-minute walk.
Yes, but do we know what other, like, it was mentioned that some other brothels have been raided in the past.
Yep.
Do we know their names or where they
No.
are? Are they in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
area?
Our assumption is that they're kind of all in this general area.
But
The-
there's
if
a
they go to
million
if
red
they
light
go to
districts,
one,
so that
yeah,
might
if they
not
go
be
to
true.
one like across town, then like there's
okay,
nothing we can do about that.
DM to player, you have to remember that this is the highest class.
I get it.
Okay, so
And you're
it
dealing
should be
with
around this area.
a high class person who supplies, they will not go to the shitter places.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like I
so
said,
I
I
think
fully
it's
expect
fairly
them to
safe.
try their best.
Yeah.
Can we
And
ask?
now that we know that the
ask
ones that are
where?
good are around here, then we should be fine.
Yeah. Also, can we ask for the names and locations of the other places that have been raided?
I think we got them the previous session. Let me check my notes.
They are just along this street.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I don't really want to ask that because it's tied with Hazik.
Yeah, I'm not inclined to badger Hazik for more information, honestly.
Okay.
So I think we work with this in the event that they catch wind that the ladies are being evacuated somewhere else. There is the potential that they go there instead to where we've like stashed them away, but the idea is that we do the job correctly and nobody knows where it is. So if that happens and they know that this place is empty, they'll go elsewhere, and ideally we'll be able to see the carriages and still proceed with the bug bit of the thing. In which case, like, it sucks that other brothel got raided, but we're only one small squad with one day to prepare. What can
course.
we do, right? So yeah, like that will be considered in our plan. Is like, yes, we have this consideration. If they go elsewhere, we should still be able to
And if they don't
bug
show
the
up at
car.
all, we did what we could with the information we had.
Yeah. And if they don't show up at all, then we clearly have no idea what we're doing, and you shouldn't listen to us ever again.
Lol. He looks at Wendigo's explanation, and there's a recognition of absurdity on his face. And he
Nope,
lets out a guffaw and he's like, "You want to make a haunting?"
Yes. The ones
Here.
behind them will not believe them, even if they report it.
I don't know what to expect. Look, I think you mean well, but I think you're extremely I have no words.
Crazy?
Stupid.
In the event
Ah.
that the Madame turns down this plan, I suppose what we'll be doing is booking a room for tomorrow night so that we'll be present to see how these things go down.
That I can do. If I remember correctly, the Madame did say, "You're welcome to come here and watch."
Nod, nod, nod.
I did not remember her saying anything about intervening.
Yes.
And
that's why this is a proposal.
I feel like you think, as new people, you can just simply run the gamut of this area. I'm sure you have some specialities within your field, where you come from. But here we make it so that we survive.
Do you have any better proposals?
As we've done time and time again. He looks at Busk. She has taken a shine to you. But only because you took interest in the mute girl. You can see her tomorrow during the daytime.
Oh. That may change some things.
Kayla is very unwilling to meet people. So I hope you treat her well.
Of course.
But right now I suggest you go back to wherever you came from Come back during the daytime and think about your plan better. Because what I'm hearing, and it's probably why the madame is so angry, is that you barge in here thinking about what you think you want, but not considering what we need.
You haven't really told us your needs either.
It's not something I have to tell. And then he just gestures to the whole of the establishment. And she has managed to tell you multiple times they're trying to survive.
And we're trying to offer to even take everyone out of here before they arrive.
To where? To what end?
So people aren't here and they can't be taken.
Where are you taking them? Where are you taking us? This is our home. This is the life that we know. Are you going to feed us, clothe us, home us?
I'm not
And for how
saying
long?
You need to go for. I'm saying for the night.
And then
I'm saying
what?
for the duration of the raid.
And then what?
Hmm.
You make assumptions as if this is a one and done deal. This happens every week, every other week.
Yes, and I think it's horrible.
And you think that one scary haunting, is gonna make it go away? You think that
No.
one scary haunting is not gonna bring the wrath of whatever it is down on us?
And that wrath is not already on you?
No. This is controlled.
Hmm.
If you don't want our help, you don't. It's an offering. You don't need to take it.
I will stay the night. The rest can do as they wish. How much for a room?
15 gold pieces. You can leave it at the counter. The keys will be given to you, and because you're paying for a night, you also get a choice of our people.
Someone that plays chess.
He peeks his head out of the curtains, says something, and then pops back in. You're welcome to peruse the establishment, sir. And
Thank
then
you.
he looks at Gunlag. You assume that we asked for your help. You can leave.
All right. What time should I return tomorrow?
Noon would be fine.
Checks timepiece. I should probably get going then.
He nods.
I need the 15 GP from Party Fund. Who has that at the moment?
Yeah, I got some. I got some.
Okay. Because Wendigo carries pretty much no money.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
I've
You
got
you look at
15 left
the
in the party fund after this.
you look at the menu
I have
thingy.
11.
The nightly piece of paper comes with fruits. The thing Wendigo hates.
Aw.
Hmm.
Okay. So I bid Hazik a good rest of the evening.
He nods.
And then I gesture for the others who are not staying to follow.
Morgana follows the.
Valerius will also fall off.
Somebody pops by near Wendigo, and then he asks, do you prefer men or women? Or either? Or
They're the
both?
same to me. I'm just here to play chess.
Okay. They leave, and a young lady comes by. She is big giant cat. She's orange. That is a breed.
Aw.
That is a breed. Orange is a breed.
A cat?
She's a tabaxi. Garbed in the usual wear of Never After. And she goes, This is very unusual for somebody to come here and ask for chess. I think I'm quite good at chess. Come.
Wendigo will follow her.
Yay, friend.
You can call me Elsie. She takes out a very beautiful box. It's gilded with bronze. And then she opens it, and you have black and white sort of marble or some kind of stone pieces, and she starts setting it on the board on the table in your room. I heard what your friends have been saying. I think it's very good.
He
Nods.
tilts his head to look at her.
I'll let you be white, so you can go first.
Okay. I will say that Wendigo starts with white and he plays very conventionally,
She
as
sees
if
this.
someone reading from the book.
This is a very interesting move. Maybe trying to get me unawares. I don't know. You're very quiet, Mr.
Wendigo.
Wendigo. I've been here for not so long, but enough to know that interesting things happen during the raid. And it's quite nice to have a companion who's not asking me for very strange things sexually.
You have seen one happen?
It's actually quite terrifying. Sometimes I'm not here, but the ones I have been here, very, very quick. She moves her chess piece in response. They don't speak. Very quiet. Well, I say that, but they only talk when they're telling us what to do.
What do they tell?
The usual things. I've had a person with me at one time. They barge into the room, ask me to go down to the foyer. Usually they are menacing enough that my client doesn't really do anything. Thankfully. We are one of the better establishments. And though this happens every week, every other week, people still come. All thanks to Madam Lila. She takes care of us.
Wendigo moves a chess piece in the usual way and goes, I'm not very good at words.
I can tell. You're very quiet. But slowly. If anything, you have spent a great sum of money today. And the least I could give you is some conversation, some chess. She moves a piece. I did also overhear from one of the other people that you were talking about a haunting. I think that is very amusing.
Hmm.
There's silence in between the both of you that gets punctuated by the clicks and clacks of the chessboard and the pieces. She sees your very conventional plays and does her very best to not win.
Oh.
Oh, she's being so kind.
Yeah.
Um,
Have there been other plans?
Again, I haven't been here for very long, but I have heard stories. Stories of people who don't come back, who come back very injured. But most importantly, stories of the Madame. Why she's here. How she became the target of the ire of whoever it is that steals all of us. She's very beautiful, you know. And I see why everybody, man, woman, non-binary, all the things, covet her. I think what happened back then has something to do with why she is so afraid. I don't
Guessed.
know. Sorry?
I guessed.
She puts a brave front, as we all do. But she's always worried about us. And she's always thinking, what would happen if we had no home tomorrow? What will happen to us? Krera is not a very forgiving place compared to where I come from. It's cold. The further south you go, the more desolate it gets. It's not somewhere we can safely be expelled from. So you must understand. Also, I apologize for Hazik.
None needed. He's defending his turf.
She nods. She stands up and stretches a bit. Do you want anything to drink?
Water.
She goes to a nearby table with a wash basin, and next to the wash basin is a drinking water tray. She pours 2 glasses. You're a very simple creature, Mr. Wendigo. And then she puts it on the table and she drinks as well. I would like to help. And because we know they are coming tomorrow, thanks to you, thanks to your friend, I would like to protect the younger ones. Stand in their way. Also, she laughs at herself mostly. There's a morbid curiosity of what happens behind the screen, of where they go, where they end up. What if the people who get carried away aren't abused, did not suffer? What if that was how they came to find their freedom? It's silly, I know. And very unlikely.
Wendigo looks at her quietly and says, "This building has no secret areas."
Make an insight check.
Nine.
She puts a finger on her lips and taps.
Unless they know everyone, unless their list tells them everything, they can't always get what they want.
That is true. I think there are no names on that list. When they look, they do not look or ask for names. When we are out on the foyer together, they look at us one by one, hold our chin, move us from left to right. Some touch our hair. They critique our bodies. And within 5 minutes, they have decided. I don't know how they decide how many of us goes.
And if the young ones are not around, they settle for anything.
She thinks for a long time. She looks up. You can tell like she's putting a lot of thought into this. I remember there was a time when we were looked up and down, moved side to side, as if they were unsure, as if they could not find whatever it is they needed. I could not tell you what their faces looked like or whether they were curious or angry, because I couldn't see their faces. And all their body language is violent. Not outwardly, but secretly violent.
Wendigo thinks, do they smell like people?
She smiles. Some smell earthy. Some the stench of human sweat. Some perhaps too clean. But they all seem to be about the same height, the same weight, as if they're hiding. I'm not the most perceptive of people. That is all I can remember of that particular night. But I will tell you, they are relentless. And it is not just this brothel that goes through this. They do not find one here, they will just go to the next one. And if they don't find one tonight, they will just continue the next night.
Wendigo thinks about this again. Is there one leader among them?
I don't remember that. I mostly just remember hands. Maybe there is. But again, they don't speak amongst themselves. It's as if they already know what to do. There will be heads turning towards each other. But nothing else. Nothing addressing each other. They will speak to us. Bark commands. Turn. Sit. Stand. But never to each other. It's very strange.
Has Wendigo ever seen this sort of behavior before?
Make a... Would it be a survival check? No. What do you want to use for this?
Okay. This is... Okay, to him, this strikes him as conditioning, something he's acutely aware of. So for something like conditioning, intimidation, like trying to think in terms of like what could get something so in line with this, and that like different things would still respond, like they act more as an army than individuals who are different. What's
Okay.
this conditioning?
I am going to color this. You can use it as an intimidation check, but it's intimidation towards yourself from your training. So low score good, high score bad.
Okay.
Make a roll.
Well.
not,
Well.
not the numbers you want. Thank you, roll 20. You a large part of you has not felt this way for the longest time. You feel yourself flinch. Thankfully, you don't think that your current partner realizes this. It takes you back to the days where the dogged determination of whoever your trainer was to make you learn what it meant to stand, sit, stay, kill. And you think this might have something to do with that. But the feeling that you have also distracts you from thinking critically of other instances why this might be the case.
Conditioning.
She puts slowly a hand over your hand. Are you okay?
Thinking. Do they know customers from workers?
Well, she laughs at this. It's a very jovial sort of bell-like laugh, and she goes, usually if the person is attractive, they would be a worker. We don't get very attractive patrons here. Your friends are the very few, I must say. Sometimes my clients have butt bellies, weight issues, hair problems, too much hair problems. And often when it happens, if they like you, you're going to the foyer. And most of the times, customers, if they find out their night has been stopped short, they would get quite angry. That's a dead giveaway compared to us, me, who is often scared, meek.
Could you try being angry?
She makes the rar face. It's very amusing to you. I have not had to bear my claws for a very long time. And here, I've been told not to bear my claws. Because beauty here is an asset. If I let that go, if I injure myself, that is a day, maybe a week of pay.
Wendigo looks around the room. There still seems to be space for a tabaxi to hide.
The room is very simple. She sees you look around and she goes, you can feel free to climb if you want. You realize there's draperies, but essentially it is a square box. There's a bed, maybe some space under the bed. There is a wash table, and there's a table for activities and a place to sit.
Well, Wendigo will look under the bed to see if there's enough space for someone like her to squeeze in.
She sees you look under the bed. Is there something missing?
If or when they come, you hide. I will say hello to them and follow.
The very bell-like laugh comes out of her again. And she goes... She puts her hand on her chin and she goes, I'm not judging, of course, but never in a million years. I guess some people would like to. No. You see her go through the thought process of Wendigo as a person of the night, and it tickles her greatly. But I will let you, if that is your intention, although it would be interesting to have in a state of various undress. And then she goes to one of the tables. There is a folded set of robes, and she fluffs it open. She's like, she looks at it, and then she looks at you, It will be a little bit short, and your chest hair will be poking out a little bit, but can you wear this?
Wendigo starts undressing casually. Folds his clothes neatly aside and looks at this robe that's being offered and attempts to put it on.
It's very simple to put on, except you know when you see a friend who has to wear like stretchy, like a football sort of blazer. No, blazer, wrong. Football shirt, but it's one size too small. You're not ripping it, you're just very compact. Especially with the hair. You look like a cat that's been put in baby clothes.
Is there a bigger size?
I think that would be best. Hang on, give me some time. And then she leaves the room for about 10 minutes to come back with like 3 different other outfits. Do you want to do anything within those 10 minutes?
Wendigo will look at himself in the mirror and try to envision some sort of artistic vision about himself blending in somehow. He's not very creative on this.
Yeah, I gotta find the picture of the cat in like baby clothes. It's 100% Wendigo, peak Wendigo. I will find it, and then I will send it to you. Okay. She comes back with the 3 clothing, and then she just unfurls them and puts them very neatly on the bed, as if these are your clothes for the day, sir. You can try one of these, all of these, just to make sure they fit. I mean, if you were a worker in Never Afterr, I would think that Miss Lila would give you at least a well-fitting gown. If it would help to sell the idea.
Wendigo nods and will start trying them on one by one and letting her comment as she will. She says, "You do your best."
Tabaxis are pretty tall by themselves, so she doesn't have like difficulty if she decides to reach out to Wendigo's head, which she does, and she sort of smooths out your hair a little bit and then flattens the folds on the robe and ties it properly. Now you look like somebody who can definitely pull in the crowds. The night passes.
Yep, Wendigo will let her take as long as she needs in order to get something that at least will not result in immediate laughter. She has all the time she wants for dress up.
I think what I'll do is I'll save the reveal later when it's time.
All right.
I see that dungeon daddy. Gross. No. Okay. Now we take a skip back to the rest of the team, who is... Did y'all just go and sleep, or did you have a conversation after on the way back?
Phalaris is gonna break apart from the group and say he's gonna scout out the alleyway a bit and look for a position to hide to look out for the impending raid.
Okay.
He's gonna send out his drone to do that.
make a perception check.
I would like to do this stealthily, by the way. So may I roll? Can I activate my armor first and activate the dampening field?
Okay, sure. Do you activate the armor before you
I'm not gonna-
leave, or
I'm not gonna activate it inside the place. That's gonna freak everyone out and probably make us lose more reputation. No, I'm gonna head out to the streets first, duck behind a table or something, or some sort of barrel, and then activate it.
okay? I need you to make a perception check to find a safe place, and then a stealth check to activate armor and become stealthy.
Okay.
The armor
Got
gives
it.
you
Advantage.
right?
Yep.
And
Help him
then
by being a lookout while he goes and tries to find somewhere secluded. Go sneak around.
oh heck yeah.
Sure, why not?
I think Gunlog can actually assist looking for a safer place, and then you get advantage on
Okay.
Perception and after as well. So
Alright, so I'll-
perception, stealth, and then another perception.
Got it. Rolling perception now. Okay.
21,
Alright, rolling stealth now. 14.
16.
Oh, 16. Okay, nice. Alright, one more perception, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
22.
Oh.
With Gunlog's help, you managed to find a little dumpster alleyway to duck into.
Oh, great! It's gonna
Um,
smell.
It doesn't smell. It's one of those like it's very clean. It's like
Oh, okay.
relatively
Nice.
clean. This is a posh red light district.
All right. I'll duck behind and activate the armor.
You turn on the armor as Gunlaug is looking out, making sure nobody is watching her or any member of her team, or especially you. Nobody's watching in your direction. She gives you the go. You turn it on. Everything is kosher.
Okay.
And then
I'll make my.
Mhm.
Go on.
after you.
No, it's okay. Good. All right. I'll make my way to the spot that I presume to be the best vantage point and look for a way to get up there, presumably without making too much of a ruckus.
Okay. The 22 again. Gunlaug's help.
Mm-hmm.
Has found you a. You see, it's quite high up. Some kind of tower on top. You can say it looks like a minaret. That
I need
you
to Google
will.
that, but okay.
It's the thing at a mosque.
Okay, I see. Okay, don't worry. Go on.
Yeah. A minaret with some kind of crow's nest on top that you think you can sort of sneak into, assuming there's nobody there.
How tall is it?
The buildings here are about maximum 3 stories high. So the minaret would
that's
be
pretty
1
tall.
story above that. It's so that somebody can be there and oversee, like literally a place for Overwatch.
Is there a person actually watching right now?
You don't know. It is very, very high up.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna send out Floaty to
Okay.
just, instead of like flying directly perpendicular from my position towards the tower, he's gonna fly from ground level towards the base of the tower first, then go up, so he's less likely to be spotted.
Okay. Make a stealth check. Normal stealth check. Unless Floaty has special things.
Floaty does not have special things. Floaty will roll stealth. Let's hope this works. Okay, Floaty sucks.
Tell me, like, paint me a mental picture of what Floaty looks like as it flies towards the tower and then
Okay.
ascends.
Okay, so basically Floaty looks like a scarab when he's flying. So he has wings and he has thrusters. So right now he's like slightly like maybe an inch or 2 above the floor of the ground, and he's flying towards the base of the minaret. And then as he reaches the base of it, his thrusters are gonna orientate downwards, and he's like a VTOL jet just flying up towards the top.
What?
So it's
Is there a sound that is associated with this bug? Is it like you
I don't know.
tell me, it's your machine.
Like a
It's your
high
machine.
whine.
Why not? Okay, I'm assuming the thrusters have some sort of sound to it, so it's like as it goes up.
Okay. Like, what happens is, it's not a noisy thing.
Mm.
The problem wasn't that people or the general public heard that it was going up. It was that at some point, after expertly finessing its way across the floor towards the wall, it bonked itself, and when it bonked, it tilted itself so that it caught a light,
Oh no.
and the light bounced off its very metallic carapace into somebody's eyeball.
Oh no. Oh shit. Okay.
Good luck, you
Oh.
see a person sort of do a whiplash from being, you know, when you take a mirror and then you harass your friend with it when they're doing house chores, and you're like, haha, now you're blind.
Oh, now you're
That's what it looks like. It's somebody's just walking, next minute, oh shit, my eyes. And then they look towards the direction, and you see this person very unassuming, very going about their night, pretty much. Just watch this thing recover itself from being ricocheted by itself, and then
floaty.
really
Why?
quickly ascend vertically, perfect straight line.
Okay, why?
And the guy is just like, he rubs his eyes because every time he closes his eyes, there's like a white dot that is just blinding him, and he's rubbing and rubbing, and he's like, okay, that didn't happen.
Good luck is just rolling her eyes, being like, this guy does not know how to do covert operations, and he insists on trying over and over.
Okay, in my defense, that wasn't me, that was the bot.
The
I
dice.
have no control.
And then
Alright.
this person just, after sort of psyching himself up and gaslighting himself, like, you didn't see anything, what was that? No, what? He walks away, forever scarred by this instant.
Oh no.
He will think about this for the next 2 weeks.
Oh
He
no.
won't tell anybody because people will be like, crazy Bob, telling his crazy stories again.
Oh, so it's a reputation. Nice.
The thingo flies up. You now see inside the crow's nest, the minaret.
Mm-hmm.
You do see a chair. It's a 10 by 10 space. There is a
Okay.
trap door on one corner that you assume goes down into the building.
Mhm.
And that would be, you assume, how they go in and out, because there's no other way to climb up.
Actually-
but there's nobody there
At the moment.
at the moment.
I just want to ask something real quick. Just looking from where Valerius is standing, right, and he looks towards the building with the minaret. What
Mhm.
building is it actually? Like, why does it have a minaret?
It is less of what you think it is. It's not a brothel.
Okay.
It looks more like a meat space for the
Okay.
people who live and work in this area, like a town hall but smaller.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it makes sense to have like a watchtower.
Okay. The top of that tower is probably not more than 120 feet, right?
Let's see. No. Let's
Okay,
say
cool.
one story is about 20 feet. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8
I'm
maximum.
I'm gonna tap the side of my helmet and key in Floaty's internal microphone via message and ask him what's he see up there.
What did you program this voice to be? Like, what do you imagine Floaty's voice to be?
Have you ever heard of 343 Guilty Spark?
No.
I suggest, okay, it's a very annoying, slightly high-pitched robotic tone. I'm not sure how else to describe it than that, but if you watch a video of 343 Guilty Spark, then you will get it.
I will have to check. In the meantime, I'll just use this placeholder and see if it works.
Okay.
You hear back.
Love it.
Okay, not what I was expecting. I was expecting more intelligible. What?
You
So he
programmed
just
me!
okay, legit. I did not understand.
You programmed me with this voice! It's not my fault!
I'm gonna make some tweaks to you when we get back. But in any case, is there a way for you to squeeze through the trapdoor by chance? Is there a gap?
It hovers onto the trapdoor. I'm assuming it has some kind of little light that it can turn on. Or it has like infrared sensors or something. And it just makes a perimeter around the trapdoor. And then it buries itself into one of the gaps.
Okay.
And then it gives up. It's like, no!
Okay, that's fine. Return here, please. Actually, no. Before that, perch yourself onto one of the walls of the minaret and let me see through your video camera feed. I want to see what kind of view I can get.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna. Yep.
It's gonna start with let's go north, south, east, west.
Okay.
North is open,
Okay.
like completely open. Actually, it's all open. What am I talking about? The pillars. There's no walls. There's pillars. North, south, east, west. It's gonna stand. It's gonna sort of perch itself on the north pillar, like a bug.
Okay. No problem. What does he see?
How far can he see?
He has dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay, then it's
Not much, presumably.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a red light district. It's not dark. It's
Okay,
not
good.
dingy. So you can see far. It's just fidelity wise. After a
Fidelity
certain
wise, that's a
after-
very good question.
yeah.
I do not know how to answer that.
I would say after 60 feet, the fidelity gets a bit janky.
Okay, so
Like-
at
like
least
you're
I can
gonna
still
have,
see
like-
the outlines, lah. But
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like I can't see the mole on that dude's face from 300 feet away.
Let's just say at 30 feet, it's like 4K video. At 60 feet, it's 460. And then after that, it's just like 180p nonsense. You have 3 pixels. Good luck.
Okay. All right. Just to help, not sure if this will make sense or not, lah. But yeah, his passive perception is sitting at 14, lah.
Okay. What it does is, can you control it while you have the vision on it?
Presumably not. So I'm fairly certain after the vision goes down, I have to reorder him to move, orientate someone else, then key the vision again.
Okay. From this side, you see, because you're on the north, you see the back of the street. So imagine there's 2 rows. The minaret is on the bottom row. Now you're facing the back of the bottom row. So it's
Okay.
just more buildings. It's a bit darker at the back. You see maybe 1 or 2 people walking, a coach pass by. But
Okay.
yeah, it's this time of night, not many people.
Where does the road lead to, by the way?
It's, think of it as grids. Like,
Okay.
think of it like New York.
So there's no specific direction it's going to, lah, but it's just part of the grid of squares, lah.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
for this particular area,
All right. Let's head down to east then.
east. That would be, you see the left side of the street. You see both the top half and the bottom half of the 2 rows.
Okay.
You see yourself and Kunlaug looking extremely like pointedly accusing people of suspicion. That face. That like, what are you doing?
Very inconspicuous. I
Yeah.
am very inconspicuous as usual.
Yeah, but nobody sort of realizes that either of you are doing anything sus.
Okay.
Everybody's pretty
it.
chill. Next.
Never eat seaweed. South.
That's a weird command, but okay.
Well, it's better than nobody enjoys Soviet Womble, but anyway.
Huh?
Never mind, I'm the only one who watched spoof shit, but go on.
Okay. That would be the left side. So you have full view of the left side of the street, and you assume if you go to the west side, you will have full view of the right side of the street.
Okay, so nothing in particular really stands out from this position, right? None of the buildings seem to give off an aura of it shouldn't really belong here, or this looks slightly suspicious.
No, everything looks as it should be. There's a few new buildings coming up, but they're not out of the ordinary. You think maybe the proprietors had to sell off and they're just putting a new sign.
Alright. I'll tell Floaty to come back down the same way he came up, and this time not to bump into anything again.
It affirms, but just to make sure, you hear a big okay as it comes down, and
I'm
then zips
tweaking
back
his
to you.
voice later. Okay, I'll take him.
Don't
I'll
you
pick him back
dare.
up. Sorry?
He's precious. Don't you dare, he's very precious.
Yeah, Valerius is gonna pick him up from wherever he was floating and just slap him back onto his cave. It's like, all right, you stay there now.
It is
So you're gonna
silent.
I gotta fix your internal gyroscopes later. Anyway, I'll stand back up. I'll deactivate the armor first, then stand up. Then walk back to Gunla and tap her on the shoulder.
Okay. While you're putting the thing back on your shirt, you see it has scuffed itself.
I guess I gotta buff that out then. All right. I was like, as we're walking back home, I'm gonna berate Floaty. It's like, God damn it, Floaty, I program you with the best AI system money can buy, and you can still bump into this kind of nonsense. What sort of gyroscopes are you installed with anyway?
I don't know. You're the inventor.
That thing is adorable.
I was just like, I know, I'll fix you up later. I was like, briefly stroke his head or something, and as we're walking back home.
Cool. Good luck. What are you doing?
I'm walking back with Valerius.
Okay. What are Busk and Morgana doing?
There's no way we're walking, right? We're taking a. We're
Yeah,
taking
you're
a cab.
definitely taking a cab.
Yeah, we're gonna take a cab, and the cab boss could be like, "Well, that could have gone better, but it could have gone worse." Valerius, I think the next time we have a delicate situation like that, you let me know what you're going to say before you say it.
Valerius a nod, realizing that probably he doesn't have too much interaction with people that's like, I don't know how to put this. Basically, not the same class level as him.
What were you actually thinking
Are you asking this in character or out of character?
in character?
In character. All right. I'll respond by it's like, "Welp." I was trying to convey I was trying to ask whether if any of, let's say, of the doors, tables, windows, anything was damaged that could be partially reinforced, so that if the raiders were to come back, they would have a slightly harder time to get in. Hopefully, buy slightly more time to get them out.
Maybe that's what you should lead with next time.
Yes, I'm aware, and I'll learn from these mistakes.
It's not a bad idea, just poorly worded.
Yes, I know, Gunlog, and I'm fairly certain this is what you've been trying to tell me for the better part of 4 years.
Yeah. Just remember these people are traumatized.
Yeah, that might have slipped my
They're-
mind when I first jumped in.
They're not concerned about the state of the furniture, when their people are dying.
Valerius will absentmindedly nod and say yes, while also stroking Floaty.
It's not like I
Unless-
did that much better.
I'll give a slight chuckle, and it's like, well, to be honest, you did get us rather far, not only in this department but for everything else. And I appreciate that you have taken up the role of team leader for this point.
I'm just used to taking charge, I guess.
Well, it's a good thing from here on out. Lord would have knows what would happen if I was leading the team. God forbid I was actually leading the team.
Maybe next time we'll see how it goes.
In any case, good luck. I'm planning to make a run towards a establishment that I went to early in the day today to gather some armor. Would you like to come along? and I'll extend the invitation towards the other two party members inside the carriage.
Yeah, I'm a little bit unsure. They didn't seem particularly interested in Bendigo's plan, which, fair enough, is crazy.
I'm not gonna
In
deny
my
that.
experience, crazy plans like that tend to leave an
They have a-
impression.
They have a lot more to lose than they have to gain.
That is true.
I don't know, they're already losing. They
No,
just,
things as they are. They're used to it.
yeah.
Things could
I know
go
that
a lot
feeling.
worse.
Yeah, but if you're doing nothing, you'll just stay like you are.
And they're okay with that.
They shouldn't be.
There's nothing they can do about it.
Well, that's what we're trying to suggest, but obviously they don't know us. They don't know if we can help or what we can do. To be fair, I'm not sure how much we can help, but all we can do is try.
Yes, and from their perspective, that's not good enough.
Hmm.
If we try and we fail, they
Mhm.
have a lot to lose.
They have a lot to lose either way, but yes.
Bosk shakes her head and says, I don't think you quite understand.
I think I
slow-
really, really do.
This slow, gradual bleeding is manageable. It's not
I'm-
enjoyable, they wouldn't want it, but it's better than the alternative.
Well, see, I disagree. I think I know everything about that slow, gradual bleeding. It'll just bleed you dry.
Bosk will shrug a little bit. It might be worse for you, but you're not the one that's going to go through the suffering.
No, I know. But I've seen similar. Not the same, but I've seen this before. Just not like this.
Nod, nod. We're not strangers to the slums.
Yeah.
Valerius feels very out of place. Just twiddling his thumbs.
I'll pat him on the head.
I won't be able to join you for your outing tomorrow. I'm going to have to go back there to see the girl.
Yeah. Should I try to set up something like a safe house?
Valerius will weigh in
Or
and
is it
he'll
not worth
speak
it?
up.
I don't think they're interested, to be honest.
Well, if we take the words of one person for the entire tavern, then we're essentially being stupid. Fairly certain maybe a few of them might be willing to run away or even try to hide. So I
Very
say
much so. But as I said, if they're not there, they'll come back the next night. I wasn't aware of that. I was hoping this would be,
a one-time
you know,
thing.
because it's a, well, not one time, but if it's a weekly or bi-weekly thing, they'll come again in a week. And we would have bought them a week, but that doesn't sound like that's the case.
Well, honestly speaking, the only way I see us actually helping them is we stop the operation somehow. And the only way we're gonna plan from that is we find out where their base of operations are. Hopefully Floaty can get some choices of that. And he'll pat Floaty on the head. It's like, alright, Floaty, don't forget we'll be counting on you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
tell
wonder
Floaty
if
to
I'll be.
I'm gonna tell Floaty to explicitly voice himself out through his external speakers whenever he's alone with the party. So
Now there's a more crackly sort of sound instead of usually in his head. It's like, okay.
It's a gramophone now. I might be better suited doing similar work to Floaty here as well. If I stay outside, I can probably track their cart.
well, that'd be great. But are you able to keep pace with it?
Well, if we have a cart and I only needed to be within, say, 1,000 feet of me, we can stay pretty far behind.
Out of character.
Do any of us know how to drive?
Yeah, first question would be that. Do we know how to steer and drive a carriage? Question number 2.
Doesn't artificers have a proficiency with vehicles?
Vehicles? I'm not sure if they get that by default.
Let me check. I don't remember seeing that
I
option.
thought that was like thought that was for sure like an artificer thing.
Oh no, I don't.
No,
Ah.
it tends to be a background thing.
Yeah.
So you can pick
Ah.
it as a background thing.
Mm.
I
Right.
don't have it.
It's not a class thing, so
Either.
yeah, that's the
Yes.
difference.
I
Okay.
usually walk everywhere.
I can see that. All right. Back out of character, DM. If we were to tail them in a carriage, right? At what point would we be considered inconspicuous? Like, how far back do we need to be?
Well, the question is not how far back, it's how far you're both going. Not how far, how fast. Because
See, that's-
going around town, you see that most, if not no, all carriages follow a certain speed limit.
Is that fast?
It's like it's a decent speed, maybe half horsey speed. Like if a human were to
Okay.
go jogging.
Oh, okay.
So presume that with my very cool background feature, which lets me move twice as fast within a city, would I be able to possibly keep up by like cutting through alleys and shit, like doing all the stuff that lets me move faster?
I
Run
will.
Because I
across
wouldn't
the
have to.
rooftop
I
like
wouldn't have
Batman.
to. Pretty much, because I wouldn't have to follow the grid or the roads that the carriage would take. So I might be able to, shortcut here and there and like stay within range.
Conceivable, unless they need to go straight for a very, very long duration.
Yep.
I honestly don't believe
Yep.
they're gonna go straight completely. But we'll see how that goes.
Well,
And if
You
that'll
can
be long
attempt
enough
it,
that like if
'cause
it'll
you
be
don't
more than
know-
1,000 feet, so I can't keep up.
from what you've known, going around on the streets so far, these is it 2 days?
It's been about 2 days, yeah.
Yep.
These 2 days.
And I've been walking a lot.
You know that the carts can only go on certain roads because
Oh, yeah,
those
that
roads
helps.
are wide enough. So there's
But
very low chances.
Does that
of
mean they
them-
go more straight because of that?
I would say yes. They would definitely follow the grid, and you will have the ability to cut through alleyways and do like Prince of Persia stuff.
Let's see. Morgana, does she have haste?
Valerius has the ability to dash twice in a turn, so there's that also.
Yeah. Does Morgana have haste?
fly?
Sorry?
Either.
Morgana, do you have haste?
But haste,
Hello.
we can upcast, so it can be
Hello?
like.
Fly
Two
would
of us.
be the money move. Because haste doesn't
Yeah, but
last
that would
very
be-
long.
I know,
Go
but
ahead,
it could be
what?
recast as well. And it doesn't need to make us like as fast as the card. It's just like if we're about to start losing it, we could catch up and then like
Okay, I
if we're
know.
about to start losing it again, recast and catch up.
I know. Kat said something.
Like-
I said
Sorry.
no, I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, so no haste or fly.
Because I have slow, but that doesn't quite.
Cast
Slow.
slow on yourself.
The card,
Or
but
are
that
we
wouldn't
trying
help.
to
Cast-
Cast slow on the driver.
Cast slow on one of the horses.
Yeah, on horse.
Oh, that's gonna screw everything up.
Nah,
Hold on.
that wouldn't be viable.
Slow the
but we-
horses, funny prank.
Could definitely try to at least try to keep up with moving twice as
Mhm.
fast in the city. And I would like someone to come with me, so I'm not
Well,
just
I'm
on
fairly-
my own.
I'm fairly certain Valerius will be able to keep up pace, lah. Whether he does it stealthily
Oh,
or
I
not
think-
is remain to
mean-
be seen.
Yeah, but I'm the one who needs to keep up pace. So
Hmm.
it's my speed we need to go off of. So I was
Well-
wondering maybe Morgana might be the better choice.
Well, as long as Floaty doesn't get blown up or kaput in any way, he'll be
Or
able to transmit his location.
Noticed.
Sorry? Or
Noticed.
notice, yeah. Don't worry, I'm planning to paint him black later and hopefully no one sees him. But anyway.
Just chuck an invis on floaty.
Yeah, chuck
Get
an
it to-
invis on Floaty.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
Why
Yeah.
would
Hit
we
him
not?
with the non-reflective. That works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why would we not do that?
Yeah, in any case.
But I would like
as-
to still follow as like a plan B, because what if floaty doesn't pan out and then we have nothing?
Yeah, if that doesn't work out, then yeah, having you or me as a backup would be great, lah.
Yeah.
But as I was saying just now, as long as Floaty doesn't die or nothing happens to him, we'll be able to know the exact location of where the cart is if he's
Yep.
within. Yeah.
Which is great.
Given the layout of the area, DM, how conceivable would it be to follow the cart via like rooftop stuff?
Assuming the cart is very distinctive, should be quite easy if you have a vantage point.
Question is, if it goes somewhere where we suddenly don't have a roof to cross to.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's like, given what we know about the city, like, are such things common?
Roofs? We love roofs.
Yes.
Like, Yeah, but
Like a lot
are
of
they like big
roofs
gaps, or is there
that are
like
sort of
a really tall
jumpable.
one and then a
Okay,
really short one? Or...
I would say there are some where it's just like a 5-foot gap, but most of them would be like 20 feet gap, 30
And if I
feet
end up having to
gap.
cross a larger street, then
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
fucked.
Then that
Lots
will
of
be-
lots
I
of
think
traffic.
having locate object and just ping a location, it's easier for me to navigate through. I think to cut across and
Just like mini map, you can see where the thing's moving to, and
Locate
Yeah.
object only lasts for 1,000 feet, which a cart moving at fast speed might leave very soon.
Yeah.
well, that's what we're saying. If it's going half horse speed and I can move twice regular speed, then that might be feasible.
Hmm.
That's what I was wondering about haste. So like, if I'm about to lose, I could catch up and then like have them gain again, and then catch up and then have them gain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if I mean,
Or
I think it might be worth a
there's
try.
the whole thing where you just like rent a car and be like, turn here, okay, turn there.
You could do.
Follow
we
that
could
car.
simply do that.
Left-
No,
left
because we
up-
want to. We want to. No,
Left up
because we
ahead.
would want to stay
Oh.
far enough behind
Yeah.
that they wouldn't be noticed to be followed.
Yes.
Which should be easy enough if you stay like 300, 400, 500 feet back.
Yeah, and you can just say like, I don't know the name of the place, but I have these directions.
You just follow the car in front.
Or literally just like, I'm gonna give you some money and you go where I tell you to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's like,
And then
okay,
you
turn left here.
forget
okay,
I was
turn
over here.
right here. All right,
Yep.
thank you. And then, yeah, and then we're good. Okay, so what's happening now? We arrive back at the house and everything's all good. We order our breakfast and go to bed. That all Gucci? Or is anyone doing anything else in the wee hours
Still
of the
wondering,
morning?
what do you guys think? If I should I try to set up a safe house space to evacuate to, or no? Because they don't
What
seem
would that
interested.
entail?
Honestly, I'd probably go back and talk to the same people we did a favor for before.
Hmm.
See
Valerius
what they have.
will-
I don't even
I'm
know if
in-
they can help, but it's
It's worth
I'm
an ask.
I'm inclined to not.
I'm
Yeah.
4, so it's 1 against and 1 pro.
that was going to be my plan, but they seemed really not interested.
Yes, even if you set it up, I doubt
They would use it.
Madame would want to
Well,
have
it
anything
is.
to do with it.
It could be a backup.
They'll
Well,
just
if
see it
we-
as a bigger risk.
If we're
I
using
don't
this
know,
as a
and if
backup-
they don't consider us trustworthy, they might feel like they're walking into a trap to get them all taken.
Exactly.
Which is
yeah.
stupid, because then why wouldn't they just round them all up? Because they can do that. They have that power. I don't know.
No, it might not be a trap. But we might mess up and then they might all get taken. And then they might get treated worse for trying to buck against the
Well, worse than
Troopers.
what the people that get taken and get treated, you reckon?
Nod.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad things get, they can always get worse.
That's only true up to a point.
Well, if we're going through that road, that it might not be worth our time to set up a safe house. Instead of
No.
maybe having a
Yes.
safe house, for this night anyway, we can just presumably round them up towards sewers and just boat them out that way. And if a few of them
They're not
do,
gonna. They don't trust us. They're not gonna.
this is a if. I'm just saying this is a if. If that does happen and they do want to run away for this night, we can just bring them to the sewers first and have them run through that way. And then the subsequent raids, if there is a if the same people want to run again, then we can see setting up a safe house as something feasible.
I don't think they'll
Plus,
take it.
We'll shrug
Especially
and
if all
say-
we can. If all we can offer them on the first night is the sewers, they're not gonna listen to us on the second.
Fair point.
My suggestion is we largely let the raid happen and see what we can do.
We focus on the goal here. The goal is not to save these specific people, it's to save them and others down the line.
Nod. I
But
agree.
now we just gotta see where Floaty ends up being.
It sucks. We might be able to do more if they let us, but
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I suppose we're just having this conversation all the way back towards back at the hotel. You forgot the name for a second.
yeah, I wouldn't be having this in the cart.
Yeah, that seems a
like,
bit way too obvious.
Be at
A
the
random
hotel.
cab driver turns around and is like, what?
No, like we're inside the cart and they're outside like the horses, right? They
Yeah,
can't hear
for
us.
privacy reasons, they wouldn't listen in unless you
Yeah, like, they
demand
can't-
like,
they
hey,
can't hear us.
we want eyes here so that this guy doesn't do anything stupid, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no trust. Still don't trust. I'll wait until we're back at the hotel.
Okay.
Yep.
So assuming,
DM.
uh-huh.
One more thing before the night ends, lah. Whether we can do this tomorrow or not, or just ask, lah. Is it feasible for Valerius to get a map of the city? It
For
doesn't have
sure.
to be. Okay, I would like to go grab one. I'm assuming the concierge, that the hotel front desk would have one, considering it's a tourist destination, isn't it?
The concierge would have the touristy part, but you assume you can get an accurate cartography version of the town, probably like a Google Maps kind of thing at what's his face?
Gaspodi's?
Gaspodi's, yes.
Okay, sure. I'll head there tomorrow morning then. Alright. I don't have anything else I wish to do for the night besides grab some charcoal and just fucking cover Floaty in black charcoal.
Aww.
You didn't know Floaty could make this noise, but it sounds like it's purring very happily.
Okay.
So
I'm
it's
just
a-
gonna look at you as like, okay, I
It's-
made you, I programmed you.
It's a
How the-
little whirring sound. Like you think it's one of the gears, but somehow Floaty
Yeah,
has
it's
decided it likes to. It's happy and
Make
then it
this
goes
sound.
krr, 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 krr.
Aww.
That sounds like my rabbit, but okay, go on.
It's happy purring.
Valerius will make a mental note to never attempt to fix that noise. Just keep it in as a feature.
Yes.
Doesn't know what is causing it, but he's not gonna fix it.
Joy is causing it. Joy.
Joy is causing
Joy. Oh my god, joy.
Alright, so yeah, besides covering Floaty in black charcoal, I have nothing else. What about you guys?
For the night, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I will rest and then prepare
I'll probably
spells
prepare
for
my bag of stuff for the next day.
tomorrow.
Hey. Gunlag would do just a couple of sendings before bed.
Go for it.
Standing?
She'd send one to her mom and just be like, hey, I'm doing okay. Traveling a lot, been lots of walking lately. Miss you, have Toby checked in on you.
You get a reply. My love, Toby has been here. He's always wonderful. When are you going to give me children?
Aww.
Click W.
Come home soon.
It's adorable. And she'll send one to Kina, her friend, that's like the one in charge of everything at the moment back home.
The
And
girl,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Literally just be like, hey, how's it going? Do you have a status update? I might have some information I want you to look up later on.
You get a reply from her. Gun? Did you save
Also,
anyone?
she would say miss you all as well at the end.
Okay. This is the reply you get. Gun, did you save anyone? We seem to have new allies. A thieves guild?
E.
Miss
Anything
you too.
else? I don't have any more spells.
Yeah, it's miss you too.
Cute. And then she go sleep with the bed against the door.
Damn.
Just like what happens is you guys bed down for the night, and then you hear.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, a big dunk as it hits the door.
Yeah.
It was like Valerius every time now before he goes to bed, he's gonna lie down in bed first, not close his eyes, wait for the sound to subside, then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
Everybody beds down to rest. Wendigo with his new pal. Everybody in the hotel room. Gunlaug with the bed next to the door. Night gets on. Everybody has like a beautiful rest after the very tenuous day that they've had. Long too, sort of. Sun comes up, 8 o'clock. There's a knock on the door. Hello?
Someone wake up and get it.
I'll get up.
Room service!
Valerius would get up from his
Oh,
bed and
God.
pat Boss on the shoulder as he's heading out from the room.
You hear the groaning of wood against floorboards again.
As I'm passing by the room, I'm gonna knock Gunlock's door and say, I got it, and walk towards the door.
Gunlog, would you like wheels for your bed?
No,
Oh my
that's
God,
the
can you
purpose.
Yeah,
You
wheels
can
to
lock
defeat.
the wheels.
That'd be great.
Not good
Oh
enough.
god.
That means I'm just gonna keep them locked always, and you'll have the same problem anyways.
Oh,
You
no.
unlock them to move them in front of the
Uh-oh.
door, and then you lock them.
Literally just out of stubbornness.
Would
What?
Gunlock like a wedge on her door so she can just drop a piece of wood over so it doesn't.
Would you like Valerius to install a deadbolt?
Yes.
Yes, I would, and I
You
would
can do
still
that.
push the bed even with the deadbolt, but feel even safer.
Valerius is gonna be in vain, do his best to attempt to reinforce the room as best as he could, and every single night he's doing his. It's like, God damn it!
Yeah.
No, what's gonna happen?
Everything you're gonna like suggest, she'd be like, "Fuck yeah, do that," and then you'll still hear the groaning.
It's like, oh
Like,
god.
okay, perhaps we should have said this in the beginning, but the reason we were doing this was so that you don't have to drag the bed every night.
Essentially,
Big grin, shit-eating grin.
after a week and a half of deadbolt installation, what you get that night, you're hoping no more girl, but it goes
No.
click, click, crunk, click, click.
No, there's like a little beep. There's like some like retinal scans and a thumbprint, and there's
It's a whole thing
State
now.
of the art.
yeah.
And when you go
And then
back
at
home,
the end,
like at the end of it all, when you go back home, you realize you cannot fall asleep unless you hear that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay,
Okay.
Valerius, you open the door, and in front of you is the young lady known as Jessica, and
Oh,
behind
good
her
morning, Jessica.
is
Yes,
more wheelie
Jessica.
stuff of food, and she's like, "Your room service."
Ah, yes, please. Yes. Set it on the table. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. And I'll just open the door a bit more so she can fit in with the cart.
Yep, she helps put
Are
the
we
cut
gonna?
in.
Do we have like a whole lot of extra bacon and sausages?
Yes,
Oh.
because nobody said to hold the bacon and sausages. Now
Dang.
there's just
Yeah.
meat.
We have
Sausage.
extra food. We have more rations, people. That's
we
good.
got lunch.
I will.
We got
allow
lunch.
some.
Oh no.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll close the door and walk over to where presumably Jessica is setting down our food. And I'll ask her, has our benefactor left us a message today?
As soon as you close the door, you see her demeanor changes from people pleasing to
Oh, great, there is. Okay, go on.
she goes, "No, you're supposed to give the messages in the box. I haven't, received any messages."
Has Etienne paid you to do anything weird again?
I wish.
I think you're working in the wrong industry if you wish for something like that.
Dude, he's hot.
So what, Jessica?
I have no
Good luck
comments.
goes out of her room and just like nods and starts eating waffles.
Oh, she's
She-
actually.
oh my
eating-
god.
Oh,
Jessica sees this.
Character development.
She
Jessica's like, my waffles.
Gasp.
You're eating them.
gasp. She's, how
I
dare.
wanted those waffles.
She's like, oh my god, you're actually eating the waffles. I thought you didn't like me.
I don't,
forget.
but I had some of the bacon and eggs, so if you're gonna poison me, you would already done it, whatever.
Fair. Yeah.
Valerius will get her attention again and just thank her for the room service and just tell her that unless we specify otherwise, can you please just continue with this course for as long as we're here?
Sure. I wasn't going to change it. You feel free to add stuff. I mean, it's room
Do let
service.
us do let us know if any specials do come about. We would like to try those.
Hey,
She-
can you do like stuff for us? But if we have any tasks like other than hotel?
I mean, this is technically a 6-star hotel, so if you say you wanted McDindles, I will go out and get you McDindles.
I meant more like,
Dindles.
hey, if I tell you to stand in a corner and look if someone does anything dodgy across the street, would you do that?
She stands there and she thinks about it. She's like, I don't know. I think you have to get me like a letter that says, hey, I'm supposed to stand here on the street, because I don't think my manager is gonna take too kindly for me, slacking off.
Right.
So,
Valerius, are you like artistic? Are you like good at drawings and stuff?
I mean, I'm an artificer, so presumably I would have to be good at drawings to make diagrams. So go on.
Can you make like a
I don't
nice one
think
of
that's
Etienne like
necessarily
shirtless?
true.
I can try. I won't promise anything, but I can try.
If it's good, I can pay you with that.
Are you? I'm bribing over a picture of Etienne. No, wait. I have something even better. No. I can make a holographic image of Etienne.
Yeah, but can she take that with her?
She can. She
Oh, yeah.
can. I'm just
Hang it
gonna
over
tell
your
her
bed if you
straight up.
like.
You see her consider this very heavily.
Program it into
Very
like a
heavily.
box.
To sweeten the deal, right? As she's mulling this over, I'm gonna pull out my slate. I'm gonna switch on the picture of me and my fiance and just show it to her. It's like, this is the sort of image fidelity you're gonna get.
She takes it and then she sort of turns it around. She like looks at it and she's like, how did you get this? And it moves. She tries
I
to shake
didn't-
it.
I didn't get it from anywhere. I made it. And Valerius just shrugs and sort of like, yep, I made it.
Who are you guys? Also, standing outside and just watching people, that's kind of weird. Are you guys in trouble?
He looks over at Gunlar and just like the eyes that show like, all right, Gunlar, it's your turn to explain.
Sometimes. Not right now.
Okay,
Don't
hold up. She puts her hands up and then she goes, don't tell me. You just told me to make sure if you have any messages, it goes in the box. I'm just hotel staff.
Okay.
All right.
Very
just checking.
professional.
I literally don't want
Like,
to
I
know.
don't mean that. I don't necessarily want you to stand in a street corner. It's just like, would you do that kind of like simple task? I don't know, for a bit of extra pay or something.
Like I said, as long as you can convince my manager that I'm not staying and, shooting the shit.
Okay. I think we can arrange that. And I'll give a nod to Gunlock.
Hang on. Specifically where? Because I'm not supposed to go
Oh,
that
I don't
far.
even know if this will be needed. Just nice to know what kind of services you can offer, you know?
Yeah, we're merely
future
being
reference.
curious.
Sure. She has that
Dude,
face
shit
of
was
like,
sarcastic.
like that face of like, I don't know what this is. Like, is this some kind of weird swinger shit? That face of like, this is very sus.
Oh, not my type, darling.
She goes, look, as long as it's in the scope of work of what concierge is available for you. Like I said, I'm still hotel staff. I'm still sort of duty bound contractually to do stuff for you. Just not stuff, at the red light district. I don't do that stuff unless you're E. So
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Well, thank you for the room service. Thank you for bringing us food. If we need anything else, we'll be sure to let you know.
do you have any like messages, documents, things?
I
Not today.
don't. Then I'll look at Gunlog. Okay, no. I'm gonna walk over and ask boss first, real quick. She's probably still in bed, so he's just gonna go back to the room and shake her awake. Yo, Jessica's asking if you have any documents for her to send. Anything you want to send back home?
No. Nothing
Okay, go
from
back to
me.
sleep then. Walks back out. Nope, we're good.
Okay. For real though, not like a code or anything. You guys have laundry that I'm supposed to pick up? Legit question.
Right, actually, I do. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to my room.
Extra laundry.
And I'll
Like
pat-
has 2 sets of clothes, and that's it.
Boss, we have laundry service. Do you want anything washed?
The extra laundry. No, I should be good for another day.
Okay, I'll grab my share and walk out.
How much laundry is there?
Valerius, presumably knowing that he's gonna get dirty, he's gonna bring 4 sets of clothing.
Okay,
So it's been 2
it's
days,
not
so
that
he has
much.
2 sets.
Okay. She
He's gonna hand off 2 sets.
takes out like a white, crisp sack. It's not burlap. It's probably cotton.
Is it see-through?
No, it's
Okay,
white.
good.
It's like what is wrong with you?
No,
Those
wait,
good
no,
marks.
seriously. Like certain of these bags, right? They're like white, but they're also translucent white, so you can see into them.
No, this hotel. They don't want
I
people to
don't-
see your underwear.
I don't go to hotels, but anyway.
It has the insignia of the hotel, and then she fluffs it out, and then she opens it up for you to deposit your goods.
All right, I'll put it in, and I'll make a note to her. Oh, by the way, please don't use any bleachers with this.
Sure.
Thank you.
I roll.
Anything to hand wash?
Just the
Otherwise-
cape would do.
Okay.
Thank you.
She ties the drawstring, puts it in the trolley basket that she's gonna wheel out. Looks around the room, and then she looks at
Okay.
Kunlog. Apparently, he told me that if you need him, you can just send him ascending. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Is
Well-
he assuming that we'll need him, or
She shrugs.
I literally have no idea what his capabilities are.
Yeah, well, he can weave dreams, so he's probably good at something.
She
Yeah, but
like,
we were actually doing missions. He just
eyes
sat back and ordered
wide.
food.
She looks at you. Wait, he can do that?
No, we're not saying this. We're not
Yes,
saying
you
this.
are.
Too late.
Okay, never mind.
Got it.
Okay. It's like, you didn't hear anything.
I wasn't going to mention that, but also when we were actually doing stuff, he just went and ordered food. So
That is true. Well, in any case, thanks for that bit of information. And we'll see you tomorrow morning then. And I'll slowly start closing the door.
Sure. And then she leaves with your clothes and stuff.
Click. Okay, Valerius is gonna walk over towards the thing and pick up the letter where he's supposed to write reports to E about future developments. I'm fairly certain that was the thing, wasn't it?
You presume correctly. There are like stacks of note-taking paper, a pen, a hotel pen, a hotel quill. There's no pens,
Okay.
which you can presumably steal if you so wish.
How fancy does it look? Like, compared to the shit I get at Rikers, how fancy does this look?
Rikers has pretty fancy shit. But this is
this
this
all-
is more like lush. So you think this is
Oh,
like a trimmed down ostrich feather.
Valerius
It's
like,
very
"No, I'm gonna-"
floofy. Like you tickle
keep it-
yourself.
Oh god, okay. For at least an hour or so, he's gonna just write a report and deposit it into, I forgot what it was exactly, like deposit it into the thing so Etienne can receive the message.
Yeah. What happens is you close the lid
Mhm.
and then you remember, oh, I forgot to write something else. And then you can't open the lid anymore.
I was like, oh yeah, wait, I can't open it again till the next day. Whoops. Well, I guess he's getting that report tomorrow then.
I'm just gonna say it now in case I forget later. But when we eventually leave this hotel, I will pilfer this suite for whatever I can take with me.
10 out of 10, do it. They have really nice shampoos, conditioners, and soaps, and house slippers.
Bathrobes, eh?
Oh, bathrobes. Also,
Towels.
what was it? Pillowcases.
Ah, yeah.
What?
Pillows.
Steal the pillows. What Valerius realizes.
That bed that you've
as-
been using as a door stopper.
He just tells Valerius to disassemble the bed frame, just
It's like,
stacks
"We're
it into the
taking
bag
everything."
of holding.
I've grown attached to this. Can you take it?
Like, okay.
Can we somehow take the room, like the whole room?
Can you turn
Honestly,
this?
probably. I don't think Good Luck is a fan of the bed. It would be way too soft.
No, you're not a fan of the mattress. The bed, on the
Yeah.
other hand,
Oh,
is
yeah.
sturdy
Yeah.
and
The
heavy.
bed is the bed is good.
It's
but
like
the
I think
mattress,
I think what Goodlug sees when she sees the bed frame is, I can use this to make stuff.
Yes.
Because it's
Oh
some
yeah. I
very
can fortify
solid.
This shit.
Yeah, it's some very solid like timber.
There's that building in the slums that's really being like falling apart. You could probably use some of this. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It goes on a wall somewhere, and people are like, "Is this a headboard? This is a headboard." Okay. What Valerius realizes, when he was writing whatever he was writing,
Mhm.
is it's not that the quill itself is lush. The ink that you're writing with is India ink, so the black is extra black. It is,
Oh shit, there's some
very
high
expensive,
class shit
yeah.
here.
and it's the kind of
It's a
ink.
6-star hotel.
It's
I
the
know,
kind of
my God.
ink that Morgana can use to copy her books.
Ooh.
I am going to make a mental note of this and tell Morgana later because
I
this is something
wonder-
she needs to know.
Is the
Yes.
paper as well like that quality?
Unfortunately, the paper does have the logo, so it doesn't count.
Oh,
Okay.
Like
Okay,
it
that's
does
sad.
have the
She
hotel
has her
logo
own
and
spell
phone
book.
number. Yeah.
I wonder though if we take this quill and the ink, will there be more in the morning?
I don't know. That's for you to find out.
We'll 100% do that.
It's like
We'll
for
try it
science.
out, yeah.
For science.
But I was thinking like if the paper is really good, it could be used for like copying spell scrolls and shit.
You know
I
that you
guess-
can't use it for spell scrolls because it
Yep.
has the mark of the hotel. That's purely.
Not fair. Just
Okay.
checking.
But the ink, yes. You're like, this is freaking, what the fuck? They just give it?
Good Luck is frugal, you know. You
It's you can use it for other stuff. Like you can
Hmm.
take as many notepads as you want. And
Hell yeah.
envelopes.
Take all the
good.
quills, take all
I
of the
can
ink.
add I can add extra pages to my notebook.
For real though. I do that in real life, so it's like take all the paper.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that happens. You get ready to head out. You're going to guest
Guess
bodies.
bodies.
Yep, and I
Yes?
need to go back to that place.
Okay.
Ever after.
Okay, what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
is I'm going to start with guest bodies, and then I will follow.
I passed the shit to one of you guys, the bank thingy.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Valerius is gonna make a note to ask boss for the slippers of climbing because there's a high chance he needs to climb a fairly high building in the night.
Right.
Anybody need a
sure.
bag of holding?
Not right now. Unless I'm bringing back like 10 sets of armor.
I pass you
I'll-
the slippers.
Thank you.
I'll go with Val because they didn't particularly like me at the thereafter.
Okay. Whoop.
So Morgana is going with Vox, or
Yes.
okay. So
Ah,
Just bar.
Love two ways. Nice.
at some point, you finish your food. You pack up some of the food. You put the rest in the chest of colding. It's a refrigerator.
Chest of gold.
That's a refrigerator bar.
Okay.
There are drinks in that fridge that you
Drinks in
know
there.
if you take it will be very expensive.
Wait. What drinks are there?
Well, it's
we
not
must
all
know.
inclusive at the 6-star hotel, really.
It's one of the hotel rules, man. You have free breakfast, but you have to pay for the drinks.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what? I'll empty it when we leave and then not tell them. So
Presumably, if they don't check here, they're not gonna find us.
Okay.
You just get to a bill later. It's like you owe
Yeah,
us an
just leave the
additional
bill with a 10.
gold. Oh my god.
Anyway, so you guys split up. Gunlog and Valerius, you make your jaunty way to the shop. Valerius, you
Skipping
push,
along, eh?
skipping along. You push the door open. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then a voice from the back turns around and says, "Hi. Oh, it's you again. How can I help?"
I was actually looking for a set of studded leather armor, preferably dyed black. He's gonna walk in. He's gonna make sure that the person that's speaking to him is the wheelchair lady.
Yeah, she's there. She's like in front
Okay.
of you. Yeah, follow me. And she takes both of you upstairs. And
there's an upstairs.
you see mannequins clad in various kinds of armors, cloaks, and so on and so forth. Basically garb, but adventurer garb.
Adventurer garb, eh? Alright, so I'm just gonna walk towards a set of studded leather armor that's dyed black.
Uh-huh. Okay.
How much does it
That's-
cost? Is there a price tag?
It's tinted black. Let me
Okay.
check. Studded leather armor is like 45, isn't it?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
The normal studded leather armor is it's got like shiny bits of metal sticking out of it. And it's mostly brown or tawny or tan, but this is like dyed black. It's beautiful. It's shiny. The price
Okay.
tag is like 65 GP.
Okay, so it's more expensive than the standard set, but
You
Okay,
hear the
DM.
voice behind you saying, "Only because it's dyed in a weird color. Last week we had to do one in bright red. I don't know what kind of adventurer wants to go like bright red and go fight. I don't get it. Like you're gonna
I'm
get
gonna
covered in
see
blood
the
anyway."
I'm gonna remark
Exactly.
that it's like I'm fairly certain he wasn't going on the kind of adventure that you and I are thinking of. But he's gonna look at the armor set, right? And is there anything in particular that stands out instead of just it being like stark black?
No,
Is it made
it's
out of-
just a vanity thing. It's like
it's just a
remember
vanity
the black pearl that was on the ground floor that you checked out.
Yeah, so
last
it's
time?
just it's just expensive because it's different.
Yeah. It's
Alright, from
expensive
the-
because the kind of effort they had to put in is extra over what they usually do.
Okay. I will look over at whatchamacallit, at Gunlock, and I'll ask her, do you need anything else from here? If not, I'm gonna take this to the fitting room and try it out for a minute.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, just have a look. Who knows? Something might catch your eye. And I'll hopefully look at the wheelchair lady and presumably she understood what I meant.
Yes. She puts her hand towards the changing room, but you also make an inside check.
Okay. Let me pull up my character sheet. Inside. Not terribly good at inside. Yep.
It's enough. You realize that she is very taken with the fact that you think she goes on adventures. She's like, "Aw, you think I go on
Alright.
adventures? Okay."
Okay. In case I'm going to grab. Does she just let me grab the armor off the stand?
Yeah, unless you need help.
I mean, it's not a matter of like I know like certain places they're like, oh, let me grab it for you so you don't damage it in the process kind of stuff. But if she lets me handle it, I'm gonna handle it on my own lah.
Yeah, it's leather armor. Unless you're
Okay.
going there with an axe, then she'll be like, "That's not how you unbuckle armor, my friend."
All right, I'll undo the straps and take it towards the changing room. Is it like a full set or is it just like a chest piece or something?
It is a full set, but
Okay,
without the
nice.
helmet. So you got your leg bits, your arm bits, and words that I don't know what to call armors with.
Okay, perfect. So I'll grab it, go to the changing room, try it out. While I'm testing this out, I'm gonna ask the wheelchair lady, can I also happen to get a matte black dye
Matte black dye. For writing or for anything else? For hair? For clothes?
Something that would stay on metal well.
Sounds like paint, my friend.
she
I mean,
nods.
dye is paint.
Like you don't hear you don't see anything because you're in the room, but essentially you feel her nodding to what Gunlag just said. Like that sounds like paint, but okay.
All right, so yep, Valerius is gonna take the day after this to incorporate this into his own arcane armor because it's black, and he's gonna also tint his helmet black so it's not so fucking obvious. He's also gonna make a small little cover, like a metallic cover for his gem, so when it's not in use, he just covers it so it doesn't garner the attention of everyone when he's walking down the street.
Why didn't you do this 4 years ago, hey?
If you do recall, for the past previous 4 years, I wasn't even in armor when I was doing work around the slums.
Yeah, but you looked so... like you stood out like a sore thumb.
Yes, I know, you've told me this many, many times, and I'm fairly certain I'm going to continue hearing this for the many, many years of my life.
Probably.
I like how she just agrees with me, but anyway. Alright, after all that's done and dusted, I'm going to tell Gunlot that I'm going to head back to the hotel and get this sorted. If you want to head over and join them at the thing first, I almost said the prostitute center, but that's some
Prostitute center.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes.
I don't say that. I
Prostitute center.
yeah, I was gonna say it's like you can head to the rally point first. I'll be there before sundown.
I have a feeling they might be more successful if I'm not there at first. You know, they finish up their thing first, then we can arrive.
Okay, fair enough. And then as we're leaving, I'm just gonna
We'll go a little
Very-
early. I can see if I can set up, you know, just some lookout points and whatever.
before we fully leave the place, Valerius is gonna double back and talk to Wheelchair Lady for a bit. It's
Her,
like,
her
oh,
name
by the
is
way,
Imogen, by the way.
Imogen, right? I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting.
It's okay.
All right, Imogen. Out of sheer curiosity, has your father received a letter yet?
He hasn't.
Oh, good.
Well, he
Well,
hasn't checked
one-
anyway.
In any case, if your father does happen to take the letter at his words and he'll pass Imogen a letter, do ask him whether if he could bring this letter along with him and give it to the person that I designated.
Sure.
Good, like, it's like, is he fucking telling his whole life story again?
It's like, no. Okay, out of game, no, I'm not. Out of game, no, I'm not. All right, so
Sure.
I'll pay for it and everything. I'll also like put in like a gold coin or two as a tip for helping me out with this.
Okay. She
Gold card.
also makes a note now. She's like, maybe we should start a postal service. Like, business idea.
All right. Boss, do you want me to take track of the gold? Yeah. Do you want me to take track of the gold expenditure for now, or do you want me just to tell you what I've spent?
Should we go grab some more, by the way?
Yeah, so what
If
happens
you-
is Imogen is going to go to Gunlaug and say, you are really quiet. Do you want anything? Do you need help with anything? There's a lot of stuff.
I see. She's just been like looking at all the stuff and I have no idea what any of this is. I mean, the armor, obviously, because it's armor.
The
but-
minute when they go, Gunlock says that Valerius is gonna walk out to the nearest shelf and just enter explanation mode via artificer knowledge. So this is this and blah 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 blah.
Like Imogen has like shiny eyes because this is the first time somebody who is not her is explaining what things do. And then you see her glance to the temp guy. I forgot his name already. The teenage
part-time worker.
the teenage boy who's just like dead eyes. And she's like, oh, with that face of why can't you be more like that?
Do you have some nice rope and some manacles? I misplaced some.
She looks at you. She's like, we've got what kind of size manacles? Actually, just come with me. And then past all the mannequins is a separate room. As you go in, you see cases upon cases of manacles, bear traps, shurikens, darts. But they're all like the showpieces. So you think that if you were to say I want this, she'll go and get it somewhere else. And then she goes,
Caltrops? You have that?
oh, she
That's
pulls
always handy.
a whole drawer out and like, ta-da!
Hey!
It's like a dice drawer, but full of pain.
Right. See, I don't know what I'm doing.
Valerius will walk up. It's like, if you wanted to find a good quality ones, this is well made, that is well made. This is slightly iffy. I wouldn't pick this. That is well made.
Will it hurt if you step on it?
Yes. The reason why I don't recommend this one is because you can see here, as he picks up the caltrop, the tip is blunted. So if you step on it, you're more likely to fall than get injured.
And then she puts up a finger and she's like, we actually have a specially made one from one of our clients. They have a sense of humor. And then she opens up a drawer. It's full of things that look like Legos. And she's like, these are called Jegos.
Oh no.
I wanted just a drawer of D4s is what I was waiting for.
Is it like a Lego brick, but then the tips of the bricks are just like sharp?
Yes.
Oh
It's
no.
just a bunch of Legos. Like step on a Lego, be in pain.
I'll take some of that. They look fun.
They're the same price as average caltrops. There's just
I'll
so
take
many.
some of that.
Valerius
I'll
is
take
gonna
many.
die of laughter.
They look fun.
And then there's also like a bucket full of ball bearings. And
Caltrops are better.
Yep.
Oh.
She nods. It's like I've
Ball
never
bearings.
actually used them in real life, so I'll take your word for it.
Bear trap is interesting. I'll take 2.
Okay.
Bear trap, I'll take 2.
I think the dude's name is Jeremy. You hear her like really shrill go, Jeremy, 2 bear traps. Actually, there's one size. The manacles. What kind of size are you looking at?
What sizes did I get from Wendy? I'm just looking to replace them because we left those.
Normal ones, like Wendigo expects to have to restrain humans.
Yes, or
Okay, human
size.
Just
size.
whatever would fit on me, you know, like or Val here, like.
Okay. So she takes the normal people manacles instead of like the bear
You have
manacles.
some gags as well. If it gets really annoying, you know, I could just.
Good luck. I think you're in the wrong store for that.
just for free, like you can use a cloth. I mean, if you want a special gag, like there's this shop in the red light district that you can go to. Really good. Highly recommend.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna roll inside check because I'm fairly certain.
Can you give me the directions?
Yeah, sure. She disappears off to get a piece of paper, and then you see her furiously scribbling like, okay, go left, go right.
Oh
Here's the
no.
street names.
Yeah.
And then she gives it to you.
Awesome.
The name of the place is Real and Dark.
Oh no.
Nice. There is.
No.
This is out of character. There's a. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like contraption thing that you can throw at someone. It'll actually bind them. I think it's called like
Ebola.
Oh,
ball of
bolas.
binding or something.
Bolas, we have
No,
them.
bola.
No?
No. Like I think it's called like a ball of
Tanglefoot
binding or
bag.
something. Like full on, like they're fucking hard to escape. It's like a strength check, DC 19 or something.
Ball of
Never
binding.
heard of
Isn't
it.
it rope
To
of
break
binding?
them. Not rope. It's like a ball that you throw and then it like opens up and it wraps around you. If you
Oh,
hit
iron- Iron bands are
Pokeball.
binding. Iron
Yes,
bands are
that's the
binding.
one. That's the one.
Rusty iron spear,
Bind.
just 3 inches in diameter, weighs 1 pound.
Yeah.
That can trap a
Singular
huge or
pound.
smaller creature within 60 feet. Oh god.
Okay, it says wondrous
do that?
item, so she's gonna go iron bands of binding. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. Maybe give it
Okay.
2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
be very interested. How do you roughly know what kind of price that would be?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's actually asked for that before. This is new. Thanks.
Valerius is gonna think to herself like, that sounds very useful. I wonder if we can install Floaty with a cannon that can launch that thing.
I wonder if that other shop might have something like that.
Out
You
of,
never
out of
know.
char- Can I roll inside check to try and discern what kind of shop
If Val
Imogen is trying to send us to?
You don't
Oh,
have
Gunnar
to
is
discern.
completely
It's
off
like
the map. I feel like Val might have to.
It's blatantly obvious, isn't it?
100%. She's like, if you wanna wall gag, yeah, sure.
How
Oh,
how
God.
innocent is Val?
How innocent as well. Oh, apparently
On
something
a
he would know.
scale
What
from
he's like, oh
very
no.
to incredibly.
Somewhere down the middle, I think. So he's gonna be like,
he might,
oh
he
god.
might not.
I mean,
He might not get it.
his perception is really high, right? So is his insight.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Insight is
know.
not that high, but yeah. I was like, oh dear lord, okay, she's sending us in this kind of shop.
Let me see your insight.
It's a +2.
It's okay. It's more than normal. You know what she's talking about. She's like,
I'm like, oh, okay, oh no. Can I look at Gunlock and just see whether she gets it?
She looks like she thinks that's cool.
Okay, I'm not gonna question it. Anyway,
People
oh
have
yes.
their shit that they're into.
Oh yes, one more thing. Before we leave, I'm gonna ask Imogen if we can get a map of the city.
Oh, that's easy. Are you good with the studded leather dark mode?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Out of game, I didn't catch that.
Are you good with the studded leather? Anything else in here before we go back downstairs?
I'm gonna look over at what I have in hand right now. It's like, I think I'm good. Besides the map, of course.
I got caltrops, I got some fancy rope, I got some bear traps.
She actually hands you like a basket. It looks like a Sephora basket, but for pain.
Okay. Sephora basket for pain. Okay.
So you have like a little fancy basket full of like damaging goods.
Oh no.
Instead of rouge.
Valerius is like, okay.
Just like a whole bunch of Jagos in there.
Yes, so many
no,
Jagos.
Oh.
Okay, you make your way downstairs and then you see Imogen just rifle through like stacks of paper. She mumbles names of places and then she goes, Teflon Miner. You wanted like cartography stuff, right?
Yeah, just as long as I can see like what building is where and location and the map is to scale, then that'd be great.
Yeah, easy. She pulls it out. This is just 2 silver pieces. And then
Can I also get a
opens it up.
Can I also Okay.
And then you see how very gritty this place is. And Gunlaug, you actually finally understand what you experience at their version of the slums. The city is built sprawling. It's a very weird sort of flower shape, but it's still sort of a ring. And you finally understand why Sunshine said the word "the ring," because it does look like a ring around the city, around the town.
Yep.
And
Cool.
you recognize that this is huge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Gunlock, like paying attention to this map, and then I'll push it towards her, and I'll look at Imogen. Can I get another one, please?
Sure.
Get a what?
Another
Another
one.
map.
If we split up, we can have one with each group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You realize you could just copy this.
Yeah, but that comes with the risk of me fucking up some details, and I'd rather not risk that.
Huh.
Anything else?
I'm gonna ask, can we get a case protector for these as well, so it doesn't get crumpled or anything?
Case protector. You mean like a folder?
No, like the giant cylindrical
They're
architecture
called
casings.
mat scrolls, I believe.
Oh, are you sure? They're kind of obvious.
You know, you could just put it in your bag.
We can. Okay, fair enough. We'll just take these then.
I mean, you can always come
I'm
back.
already like folding mine and putting it in my bag.
They're sort
Valerius
of,
is like, God damn it.
you know.
Valerius is like folding.
Folding a map.
Okay,
How
here's-
dare thee?
Here's the thing about the map that you have bought. It's 2 silver pieces, and it's pretty much, you know, the old maps that were folded to hell,
Yes.
and then when you
Yes.
open it, you don't know how to refold it.
horrendous.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
about.
no.
I just make up my own folds, and I've just paid for both of the maps, by the way. Just
Valerius is just holding onto the map. He's like, oh no, is this kind of map?
Yeah, yeah. You open it and you're like, okay, I remember you put half first and then you fold. And how come this doesn't bend anymore? What is
Yeah, what is this nonsense?
Good just forces it.
Valerius is like, gonna in vain just try to fold it back into its correct position. It's like, if worst comes to worst, he's gonna flatten it out with an iron and just roll it. Okay.
This always
Alright.
amuses Imogen every time she sees people trying to fold the maps. Secretly,
like-
she enjoys this. And she lives for this.
As I'm folding to map, I'm just gonna look at her. It's like, highlight of your day, huh? It's like,
Yes, I mean, have you seen where I work? And then there's Jeremy.
yes. Lack of sight, I
Jeremy.
assume. Jeremy.
Jeremy. He's just on his phone all day.
Yeah, Jeremy is still like loading screen dead eyes at the corner.
I'm gonna pull out the money for my portion of the stuff
Okay, okay,
and
okay.
put it onto the table. Good Lord, do you need me to pay for yours first?
That's all good. How much is it?
Manacles. I will get to you later for the price because I
Okay.
have to go through the list. All I know is it's 65 for the leather armor.
Okay.
Studded, sorry.
Okay, I don't have anything else. Good luck. We good?
Yep.
Okay, let's go back to the hotel.
Do. Are you going back to
Maybe
the
we
hotel?
should find the bank first and just top up our.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna inconspicuously flip up the damn compass.
Okay, do you want to do the whole rigmarole of finding the guy, or are you good just like background this happens?
I'm
We'll
okay with just
background
we
that.
get money
Okay,
and we're
you
done.
you get money from
Okay.
here on in, unless you want to have a deep and meaningful conversation with Bank Tellerman.
Is it the same dude, by the way? I have to know.
No, it's a completely
different
different
dude.
person.
Different guy.
It's a woman.
It's a lady.
out of character, how
bank.
much do we
It's
want
bank
to
teller
take out?
woman.
Yeah, how much money do we want to take out?
That's a question for y'all to answer. Y'all have the
Yeah, but also
To-
boss was
like-
like, "Hey, you guys should get this thing and get some money out." So like,
yeah. So
we have a.
We'll phrase it to the
'cause
party, like,
you
how
guys
much
were
do you guys
going
need?
shopping, so I was like, you guys might need money. Here's the
Yeah.
thing, in case. You
How
need
much do
money.
we have left of what we took out last time?
yeah. What was the?
I have 11 gold of the 500 that was taken
Okay,
out
I'll
last time.
take out
The
another
rest of the gold has
500.
been distributed
Okay.
to the
Yep.
rest of y'all chuckleheads.
Let's take out another 500. I'm just very curiously, Valeria's gonna be like, you are not who I was expecting, but I'm assuming you can provide the same. He hesitates on the word service. He's not gonna say.
She smiles. She pulls out the same book, and she goes, "You sound like you've been through some stuff.
I do not want to talk about it, but yes, I have.
It's
I'm
fine."
gonna.
That's a first.
I'll look over at Goodnight and say, "Oh, gee, yeah, thanks."
The shade.
Ah,
It
so much shade.
begins.
Ah. Okay, she puts the book out, and you put the key in. Scans the key, and then you see again. She reaches into her cloak, and then she pulls out a bag of money, 500 GP.
Oh. Okay, thank you. Can I perhaps roll an insight check to try and somehow discern if this is possibly the same person from before?
Sure. What? How are you? How are you doing this? Like, how
So
are
the
you
first thing-
inconspicuously eyeballing this person?
So, okay, I'm not gonna eyeball them in the sense where I'm gonna check them out. So Valerius thinks on where, okay, if something doesn't make sense, it's probably magical. So he's just gonna like slightly close his eyes and try to feel the magic in air to see if there's anything different. Hopefully there's like disguise self or something being cast at the moment.
He's just closing his eyes in the middle of the street.
For
and
like a
there.
moment.
Yep. Just waiting
Nah,
to be
nah, nah.
robbed. Just waiting to be robbed. She smiles. Make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
15. Yeah, it's the same. Like, she is her own person.
Okay, Valerius is like in his mind, he's a loading screen. He's like, what is going on here? But anyway, he takes the money, thanks her, and just heads back to the hotel.
She closes the book and tucks it into her coat. And she walks away. She's like, thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. I'm gonna walk back. On the way back, Valerius is gonna go nuts. It's like, I did not realize that our employers had such reach.
Really?
I was expecting like maybe 1 or 2 outlets. I was not expecting this many.
Let's just say you found her within 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, in any case, we'll head back and I'll start switching my arcane armor from my previous one to the current black one.
Cool, cool, cool.
Okay, I don't have anything else. Good luck.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay,
Let's skip to the next group.
we cut back. Well, we cut straight to our two friends. Alighting off the carriage. It's a nice ride on the carriage. Very not bouncy. Nobody's having a tummy ache. Pleasant conversation. Then you reach the door, and it looks very different in the daytime. The
Knock,
mystique
knock.
that you have when you saw it the first time at night, the curves of the carved fabric is now more apparent. You knock on the door,
Yes.
and you see the tired face of your friend.
Alvin?
Of Hazik. Alvin
Oh.
is not there. Alvin.
You look like you had a long night.
Technically, I mean, it is. Usually we're asleep, but come in.
I enter. He just looks like sleep deprived, right?
He just looks like somebody who just woke up.
Okay. Right.
Come, follow me. And then he brings you upstairs to one of the rooms, and he knocks on the door. And then he goes, hey.
Yes. As we're going in, I will ask Morgana. Did you want to be present as well, or were you here to see Wendy?
Cat.
Morgana?
Cat.
She's on the phone. She's on the phone.
Oh,
She's
okay,
on the
okay,
phone.
okay.
Okay.
Things are happening with her. Like
Yes,
she's
yes.
looking around, and then the door knocks and then opens up, and you see this small halfling woman with brown hair. She's in comfortable clothes. She's not decked out in the usual regalia that you saw everybody wear yesterday. Very simple cotton. It looks like a nightgown. Very, very easy, very clean as well. And she's just sitting, staring out into the window, just vacant.
Okay. And Hazik is here with me as well, right?
Yeah, Hazik is gonna go. Do you? I'm gonna be here for 10 minutes.
Right. Can you tell me a bit more about her condition? I like walk over to the table and like open my bag and like take out the things that I think I will need.
When
The
you
lady said she was catatonic.
He nods. When you opened your bag, there was a bit of a tussle noise, and you see this young lady flinch.
Oh.
And then, like, you're far. You're like a decent amount of like distance from her, maybe like 7 feet away, and she flinched, and you saw it.
Was that at the sound of the bag opening, like the click?
Yep.
Is that normal?
She's kind of really. Something happened to her. She flinches at a lot of things. Raised hand, gestures, anything that you can even begin to perceive as a threat. Loud noise. It's really strange. She used to be so bubbly.
Right. And was there a door when we entered, or was it one of those curtains?
Oh, it's the door. Like this is like a room.
Okay. So when the door opened, did I notice anything?
The door open, you just see light from outside wash into the room. and just
Right,
her staring
okay.
outwards.
Okay. Does she respond to anything at all besides that? Can she communicate?
She refuses to talk. But you can try.
Right. Um, so Bosk will introduce herself. What was her name? Did I know
Yeah,
beforehand?
the girl's name is Kalai.
Right. Good afternoon, Kalai. My name is Dr. Razan Bosk, and I will be attending you today.
She's not moving aside from the obvious flinch that you saw. She's still just staring out the window. No change in breathing as well. And you see that Hazik is very like sad about
I'm
this.
going to make some observations and maybe run some tests.
He
You'll be
nods.
safe with me.
Hazik pipes up. He goes, Kilai, she's gonna help. You can tell her.
It's alright if speaking is difficult for now. Just try your best to relax. And then I will test for trauma. I don't know how one would do that.
Okay, I'm assuming first thing you do is take out like some kind of lamp so you can see her pupil dilation.
Yep.
Um,
Things to that effect.
check
And
her
monitor heart rate.
cool pulse, her reaction. So you tap on the knee, tap on the elbow.
Yes, and then as I'm doing that, I'll explain what it is I'm doing. And every so often I'll be like, if there's anything that you're uncomfortable with, do let me know.
She's still very silent. Her breathing is fine. It's calm, but unusually calm. Her pupils are responding. Heart rate is normal, but when you tested her reaction, it's half a second too slow.
I see. So does there seem to be like nerve damage? Or did she have any injuries when she got back, I suppose? Is one of the questions I would have asked
Hazik would
Hazik.
tell you that she did come back with injuries. It was less lesions and more bruises.
Okay. So like on her body, on her face, what sort
She
of
had
injuries?
binding bruises on her arms and her legs, on her neck. When they helped like bed her down, she had bruises on her back, on her
see.
thighs as well. It's
Right.
a lot. It's
So the like signs of sexual abuse.
very, very much so. Not just like straight up physical abuse.
Nod.
She had a shiner under her right eye.
Okay. So from this, what Bosk will do is will try to like piece together the sort of treatment that she had when she was taken in under like these people. And then she's gonna like extrapolate and sort of like what does this mean for all the other people who are taken? Probably not to the same person, because maybe it could be to the same person.
Hazik is gonna tell you that this is the first time they're seeing this reaction. Because again,
Okay.
either they don't come back or they come back with cuts and bruises, but this is the first time somebody came back catatonic.
Okay. For the others that that come back, they're generally injured as well, or are they sometimes just like completely fine and then yeah.
Sometimes completely fine. Sometimes they come back. They're a little bit traumatized. Like this is not something they want to do, but they're not physically harmed. Mentally, you're not sure. Physically, no.
Okay.
And then there are some
Do
who are
they
physically harmed.
Are they willing to talk about what happened?
Mm. Hazik would look at you and go,
Because I assume when people come back, the others might be curious as to what they went through. Those who are fine, do they share anything at all? Like while she's doing like testing and things like
well, we share some of this stuff, but I'm afraid that for most of them, and then he thinks, if not all, they don't remember who did it. They don't remember faces.
I see. Are they blindfolded, or is it just something that falls out of their memory?
From what I remember, actually, I can bring you someone. Give me a second.
That would be very helpful.
Um,
But perhaps I'll finish my um inspection of
he nods
and then
and
gesture.
I'll
That
wait.
can wait until later.
Yep.
Anyway, I will finish my inspection to see what I can find out besides the thing, and if there's anything that I can do to help, like if I have anything to treat sort of
You
this
have.
degree of trauma.
Let me get you to do a medicine check.
Yeah, medicine.
Medicine, let's go.
Perform a medicine.
13.
Okay, I am inclined to use inspiration here. 'cause
Okay.
YOLO.
Okay.
Do I just reroll?
Nah, I take 25.
Okay.
Huge.
Huge.
With a 25, what you get is you've seen this reaction before. Not in the slums, because in the slums you realize that they're just trying to survive, and going comatose like this, you're guaranteed to die.
Yes, this is trauma.
This
This
is
is
like-
adventurer shit.
Yeah, this is straight up trauma, and you've seen it when you were out in the outskirts
Yes,
of
yes.
the place, in the thing that I can't remember the location of. Let me see. What is the location? In Chest End, in Greater
Yes.
Chest End, where you lived. This young lady is heavily dissociating.
I see. Okay, I will explain this to Hazik, I suppose, because he's here and
Yeah.
he's like the guardian.
He looks at you. He's like,
What that means
What-
is blah 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 blah.
He's like, that makes sense. But it's been months. How do we help her?
How do we help her?
Unfortunately, I mean, trauma dissociation is, it's
Yes.
like, from your work that staying in the location where the trauma came from is a bad idea. So the best bet is to send her somewhere else. Send her far away from the point of trauma and let her work through that slowly.
Okay, so that would be what I recommend. Well, my professional advice would be to try to distance her from anything that may remind her of the trauma, which, unfortunately, in her case, and then I look around the room. I don't suppose there's anywhere else she could go.
He thinks, well,
As much as I appreciate that yourself and the Madame would like to keep her close to look after her, going somewhere else for an extended period of recovery would be in her best interest.
I'm sure she has some money saved up with the madam.
Yes, but in her condition, I don't think there's anywhere, like, I don't think she would do well on her own. She have friends, family, maybe. Though I suppose if she were living here, that probably wouldn't be the case.
You see a slight sadness seep into the visage. And he shakes his head. Unfortunately, that is the truth. We're here because there's no other place, and she's no exception.
I nod.
If she could just start talking, then maybe we could try and sort things out. I've heard of groups that help people across the straits back to the mainland. But I personally don't have any idea of who they are. But at least if she's talking,
Bosk will nod. Oh, as I understand it, the Madame would have access to more resources than you may understand, or that you may be able to offer. I will then start writing like a sort of a report or like results so that he can present it to her. Um, basically, what her condition is and what my personal recommendation is for her recovery. Unfortunately, due to us being new in town and not really having any resources like that, myself personally at least, there's not much I can offer in terms of long-term assistance.
I don't know what I personally can do either. Sometimes, as much as we want to protect the madam, she protects herself quite well. But I say protect, I mean hide. She's
Not
taken a little bit of a shine to you compared to the rest.
I
And
suppose that's not saying much, though.
if you want, I can see if she wouldn't mind speaking to you today by yourself.
If she would, I would not mind. I pass him the written report. But if she does not want to, this is all she would need to know about. And then I'll look over to little halfling girl, her condition.
He nods. I can set up a room so that maybe one or two of the other people can speak to you, get you some tea.
I would appreciate that, thank you.
He nods, opens the door. Do you want to be with her any longer?
Out of character, is there anything else I can do? Do I think?
You've seen people, Gunnar, do you have calm emotions yet?
think she
Let
has
me check my
access to
spell
it.
list.
I think
Yeah,
you do as a
I
cleric.
believe. I don't have it prepped, but I would have it.
Okay, you have seen Gunlag use a spell. Whoa, what is it? you have seen Gunlag use a particular spell at your clinic one time when somebody was just going off the walls and you needed to treat them, but they just didn't want to like stop.
Yes,
Just
and we
shredding
did not
everything.
have Wendy to like
Yep.
be an orderly. Yes.
And expertly Gunlag just put her foot down and this person just stopped what they were doing and started breathing normally. So you could administer first aid.
Okay, but I would know that that's like a short-term thing, because I don't think calm emotions lasts very long.
It's 10 minutes, I believe. You would think that it's enough time to get information if you wanted to.
Ah, okay. I see.
Up to 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. So you have like 1 minute.
But also,
to...
like, if it helps by like calming whatever is initially wrong, like you might stay calmer afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's more a psychological technique of, look, this is
Yeah.
what it feels like when you're not panicking. It's fine, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, do I think that with my knowledge of the various toolkits, I would be able to prepare some kind of maybe aroma therapeutic calming
I mean,
environment
you could also
along
potentially
with Kunlog?
medicate.
I would
Yeah,
say,
I imagine if I had any medication, I would like DM would have told me.
yeah, I
Well, I
would
mean,
say
like,
that
yeah.
medication would be would have to be used sparingly because you're afraid, because you don't know what she's
Dependency,
like.
whatever.
Yeah,
Oh.
she might have an addictive personality, so
Yep.
any medication would make it worse. So you
Yes.
actually need to sit down for like a few weeks and sit down and sort of get to know this person before you prescribe any medication. Aromatherapy, yes.
Which okay, so I'm thinking along those lines, maybe with Kunlog here to like force the calm first, and then that's just like a more calming environment
Hmm.
to keep her in. So yeah, I will file that away for discussion later, and I will tell Hazik that um I don't think there's anything I can do right at this moment, but one of my colleagues might be able to help. The half-orc lady. She has some magic that could work to relax her nerves, if only temporarily.
He doesn't
And
even hide this, but you see him like just make a face, like, don't like this
and
woman.
and then I look to my bag. I do have some medicines that will need some preparation before they are suitable to be.
He nods. Anything.
Yes, but for now, let's speak to these other individuals.
He nods. He steps out of the room. The door's open. And then he looks left and right just to suss out which room's empty. And then he goes, this one. He closes the door of the room that you were previously in, and then you walk around on the balcony overlooking the foyer. So what it is, it's just a bunch of rooms on a balcony. And then when you look down, you see all the couches, the cushions, and stuff on the ground floor. So he takes you. You walk across. And one of the rooms is open, very nice, very airy, spacious. There's a table ready there, and he goes, "Here, you can use this as a sort of pseudo counseling room, and I'll send them in."
Nod. I'll sit down.
The first
Or
one to come in
Is Morgana there as well, or am I?
is
Oh,
Morgana back? Cat,
Hello.
Or
cat.
have you gone
Yes,
to
yes.
see
Okay,
the
okay.
A&E?
While this was happening, she actually asked you like, "Oh, what are you doing in this area? Are you looking for Wendigo? Are you
Sorry, I
following?"
stepped out for a while. What happened a minute ago?
Wendigo's in a room somewhere. Bosk is asking like, "Morgana, do you want to follow into the room for this medical investigation, or do you want to do other stuff within this area?"
Is there anything to do in the area?
Well,
Like, is it safe enough for me to go walk around alone?
it is not. It is frowned upon unless you have a chaperone. But technically, the establishment is closed for business at this hour.
Yeah. Like we're in the brothel now. But Hazik is sort of like there and showing me around. It's technically like a private premises.
Yeah. Also, it's very, very quiet now because most people are asleep.
Yeah. But
Okay.
if you're here and you're like, oh, I want to see how Wendigo is doing, maybe we can talk about anything that he learned over the night. That'd be
Then
fairly
Wendigo
appropriate.
with
I
his
think Hazik would be
friend.
able to lead you there.
When he goes with his friend, right? Playing chess.
Hmm?
Him and chess person is presumably still in the room. Actually, that's a good question. Wendigo, what are you doing?
Because I don't want to barge into some.
It's like surprise.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you knock, and then he'd be like, "Yes, come in," or
Okay.
like, "Give me a moment."
I would say what Wendigo is doing is after trying to best fit himself into the attire of a worker here. Let me see, what was her name again?
Her name
Elsie.
Elsie.
I remember her name. I can't remember
Oh,
the
is it
halfling's.
initials or is it
Oh,
like?
it's
No.
ELSEE.
It's probably. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It's not. It's not L.
I thought
It's
it
not
would be this,
LC.
but this is
Ah.
easier to remember.
Low cost.
Okay. Right.
Mhm.
So after learning how to dress himself as such, he's going to spend time learning how they act.
Okay. So you're
Right, you-
perfectly fine. You're like nicely clothed, not naked or fucking the girl.
No.
Okay.
No, but it might be awkward if you walk in and he's in like.
But yeah, to
maid outfit.
DM, Wendigo is trying to learn the ways of these people, because sometimes you have to understand these prey animals sort of thing, and this is his best analogy of trying to understand it.
Okay. So in this scenario, Morgana decides not to follow the boss because I have no medical knowledge whatsoever, and asks for permission to just look around at the same time, see if I can find Wendy's room.
Actually, what I would ask Morgana was initially just as a precaution, because you have detect magic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would ask for you to see if there were any lingering magical effects on her, because these things have been known to happen.
Oh, okay. So you want me to come along?
So
Yeah.
I imagine like if you were like, oh, I'll go see Wendigo because I don't have any medical expertise, and then Bosk would say, oh, before you do that though, I would like some help, and then explain how, sometimes she could be a victim of some kind of bewitching spell or similar,
Okay. So
and to
Morgana.
check for that. And then once that's done, and if there's nothing, then be like, all right, there was nothing, but we just had to check
Okay.
to
So
make sure.
in this scenario, obliges and follows him to the room and does
And
the
does
whole
the thing.
tech
Okay,
magic.
okay.
And what's the result?
There is no magic, like no lingering magic here. You think that this place is set up so that they would put magic stuff at the door, make sure everybody is safe, no shenanigans, no recording devices.
And our poor traumatized girl is not a victim of any ongoing magical effects or spells.
There's no current magical effects or spells around her.
Okay. Yeah, we explained this to Hazik, of course.
Yep.
Like, oh, she's here to just in case there's any lingering magical effects or spells. Blah blah, wizard.
He nods.
And then once that's like solved, we're just like, all right, thank you, Morgana. I should be able to handle it from here then.
Now Morgana walk.
And then you
The
go see
premises?
Wendy.
Sure. What happens is you ask Hazik. You get the feeling that Hazik only likes Bosk. But then he doesn't suspect you of much because you didn't say much. So he is inclined to let you, under the caveat that you don't go into closed doors and most rooms. Mostly because he doesn't know you and like he doesn't want you to like take stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then how do I look?
I guess he tells you which room Wendigo's in.
Yeah, he also does that.
Okay.
Yeah, then you can head over and like knock on the door.
Okay. I walk around. Don't. Just peeking down the open doors.
Open doors have the same arrangement of rooms, so you have like a king size bed, you have a table for activities, 2 chairs, a wash basin, drinking things. very very simple but very lush and comfortable. You would see on the sides of most beds there's aromatherapy stuff, and you think, oh, that's where the oud smell came from. For most places, you also have your detect magic on for 10 minutes, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Detect magic lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. You go through past the rooms. There's no discernible magic. You go downstairs. You realize there's a particular like coat room with a locked door, and there are magic items inside. And then you try to go to the second floor. That's when somebody stops you and says, you can't go up there. That would be the madam's floor.
That would be the what? Sorry.
Madam's floor.
Oh. So I turn around because obviously the guy would be watching. And I continue down the corridor, in the direction of Wendigo's.
Okay.
Is there anything else along the way?
Nah, same stuff. No magic. You're on the.
Is that it? Do I not pass anybody? Is there nobody around?
Closed doors have closed doors. Like, unless you wanna like really sit and listen, which I don't think you do. It's really up to you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Because you don't want to seem dodgy.
Like
So,
there are sounds. Yeah, well, generally the rooms are padded enough that you won't be able to hear inside unless you try really hard. I mean, it's a brothel.
Yes, unless you attempt to like purposely
Listen,
bop
like
your
a
ear
weirdo.
against the door and like,
And then you see people like, that's really sus. We have rooms for that. Don't worry. You get to what you presume to be Wendigo's room. You knock on the door. Wendigo, you hear a knock on the door.
Okay, what has Wendigo learned so far about how to act for someone behaving in this place?
You have spent a greater part of the night with the Elsie. No.
Elsie.
Elsie, yes. Elsie. She tried very hard. I'm also going to see if you have any proficiencies in
Performance.
stuff. Yes.
Or
Not
something
performance
else
first.
that may
First,
be relevant.
okay, first, insight to see if you can pick up the nuances. And then performance check to see if you can repeat it. If you roll high for insight, above 16, you get to roll advantage on your performance.
All right, let's see how insight goes. Nope.
Okay, then you roll a basic performance check.
Okay.
Okay, possible. What happens is through the night, she teaches you how to walk lightly instead of your usual "I'm a predator." Rah! And it's a very dainty kind of walk.
So it's something that goes beyond stealth. It's like a try not to be dangerous at all kind of thing.
Yeah, try to be not. I'm gonna eat you.
Non-threatening.
More. I'm gonna eat you. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, like, it's not murder. Do not murder. Do not have the emotion of murder.
Unless.
Unless they're into it.
Was just serious, not scary.
He's 8 foot tall, hairy thing.
Yes.
Right now in a robe.
It's very niche clientele.
Okay,
Yeah.
carry on.
Okay. Are you wearing your fancy robe?
Yep, he's wearing the fancy
okay.
robe.
So you, with your 12 performance, saunter lightly to the door, to the joy and elation of Elsie. She's like clapping her hands. She's like, beautiful. You open the door, and what greets you, Morgana, is a big hairy bugbear with very, very long arms, wearing a kimono type outfit. It's silk with like I would say it's like this really nice azure blue silk kimono, but with like fluffy fluffy angora trim on the collar. And that angora trim is also the thing that ties it together. And it's a sight. And you see a very proud Tabaxi. It's a very, very proud orange Tabaxi at the back of him.
I take a double take, like, is this the right person? I stare and I look at the back. I see the girl very proudly looking, and I figured clearly she has something to do with it. Not sure if role play, but I would ask. I look at Wendy and I'm like, what's up? Like, how's it going? With a slight chuckle on my face.
Learning is a bit slow.
And I ask, oh, okay, what are you learning?
To blend.
So this is the costume? The costume you're supposed to wear?
It is a second skin.
Okay. Are you having fun?
Educational.
I said, okay. So just to let you know, Dr. Boss is here. Does he know that we're here, or did he not know? Does he know that we're here, or did my knocking on his door?
Yeah,
Only then did he realize
this is. He knows that you're coming here at 12 because of the conversation that Hazik said.
We had last night.
But
Okay,
So we are scheduled. Oh, I was scheduled to be here.
he did not expect a Morgana to come with.
Okay, so I just let him know that, okay, I follow Dr. Boss here. He's in the other room with the patient. So I just came to check on you.
I am alright.
Help
Okay.
him. Do his hair.
Okay.
Show him some moves.
Do you need any help?
As hearing that, you see the Tabaxi woman just walk in front of Wendigo and hold on to your hands and then pull you into the room to close the door. And then she goes, I think I've done wonderful things. He's very presentable now, yes?
I look him up and down again, and I'm like, yeah, almost. Just gotta do the hair a little bit, and proceeds to sit and knee down on the edge of the bed with a little bit of a struggle, but he eventually lets, I believe.
Wendigo complies obediently.
So then I take I see some combs lying around. I believe maybe Elsie could have brought it over.
Yep.
Attempt to make him even more presentable. And then once I'm done, I turn to both of them and I'm like, so what do you...
You disappeared. Cat.
Hello?
Okay, you're back.
Oh, okay, no. So after I do the hair and everything, wait, where did I cut off?
At the hair. It's like, what are you doing with the hair?
Oh, okay, no. So I comb his hair, making a nice, neat, just neat, not braided, but like this, neat enough. I mean, as much as I can do, because there was no gel available, no gel to be found.
Did you make a mention of the gel?
To be found. If you ask for it, they should
Oh.
have it.
Okay, fine. Okay, I look around the room. I can't find any gel, so I ask Elsie, like, do you happen to have like a hair gel or something to rein this all in?
We do have Various gels. Wait, I'll come back. And then she leaves. 5 minutes later, she comes back with like a handful of pomade and gels, and then she just dumps them on the bed.
So many.
This establishment where you gotta make yourself pretty, you know. Even the men.
Then I do his hair. Give me about 15 minutes to comb out all the kinks, and then finally I think I'm done. I tell everybody, okay, I think I'm done. Like, what do you think?
Elsie is just naturally elated. She's just happy. She's never had a night where all you do is play chess, talk about your feelings, and dress up. So, what have you done? Tell me word picture. Like, what does his hair look like?
Okay, his hair is pretty much slicked back, so that you know it don't look messy. Slicked back, and it's got quite a bit of volume, so he's like a curry puff.
Curry puff?
I don't know. No, my mom calls it the curry puff hair because she used to do that to like my brothers and cousins all.
Wait.
You mean, hazard a guess, you mean pompadour, is it?
No. Just like, you know.
Wow, it's something
you know,
else?
Like if your hair is wet and then you just take a comb and just all back.
Oh! So he has no parting whatsoever. It's just like slick black hair.
The parting is like there's a slight parting on the side, not middle, on like the
Michael
side, on the right
has provided
side.
us with an image.
Is
Let
it
me see.
this?
No, let me check. Okay, a bit like that.
It's the first one. Oh.
It's a bit like that.
So-
Okay,
so full on
Wendy
gangster hair.
looks- Wendy doesn't look like a nerd. Okay. Wendy does not look like a nerd. Okay. Wendy looks presentable, not scary, and not bad lah, huh? Not bad. might be able to get some customers.
Oh my goodness. The minute I see the first hairstyle, I was like, that looks like Draco Malfoy's hairstyle. I'm like, what is this?
It is Draco Malfoy's hairstyle. Contrast with the fact that he's wearing a blue sort of silk kimono with fluff on it. He looks lush. He's ice. Like right now. You see the most adoring look on Elsie towards both of you. Like, girls' night is great. I should do this more.
Nods. I agree.
I'm
So-
assuming that you are both privy to the plan, that this is happening tonight, yes?
Gonna the
Did you say something?
hello.
Hello?
I said okay. When she asked me the question, I turned my head, look at Wendy, just to see whether I should or should not answer the question.
Wendy
You
should
know.
probably say different plan, not the ghost one. Different one.
We'll play by ear. I will go down with the rest of them and see what happens.
Oh, okay. New plan. Not. All right. What time is it by then? Has it been about half more?
Right now it is... Let's say you woke up at a decent time.
Lunch.
Like, maybe 1:30 by
Yeah.
now. It's lunchtime, so...
So I see that I pretty much did his hair. Everybody is happy. Wendy goes checking himself in the mirror.
There's
And
a
then,
full... Okay, see, with the room, he has the room with like a full-length mirror. Some other rooms you've passed by has like mirror on the ceiling. So people are weird.
Oh.
But not this room.
Okay. Catch when staring at himself. And then okay, you know what? I think my job's done here. Perhaps I'll go back for the boss, see if there's anything else to do or not. We can probably get.
So this will blend. He looks at Elsie, Hide yourself when they come. I will go.
She
Oh.
nods. I will try.
Oh, die.
I
Oh,
will
that
try.
was dark.
I will
Oh
try.
God.
Try.
My God.
Oh my
Okay.
god, die. Damn.
Holy crap.
That is so
scared me.
out of what she
That
would say.
escalated.
It's like,
quickly.
whoa. She will try. Okay, that is that. We go back to, as you open the door, both of you see two men walk towards the room that Bosk is in. They knock on the door. They're very tall, toned human men.
But just to be clear, Wendigo isn't interfering with anything Bosk is doing.
Okay, but if the doors open, you see them just walk across to a room. They knock on the door. These two human men are, one has jet black hair, the other one is platinum blonde. You don't know what their eyes are yet until they walk in. They're very toned, very lean, and quite masculine in figure compared to Alvin last night, who is very much more lithe in build.
Being an elf.
Yeah. And they sort of poke their head in and they go, we were told to see you. I'm Reynard and this is Stimson.
Renard and Stimson.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
Interesting names.
Yes. Okay. I gesture to the table. Yes. Come in. Hazik mentioned that you might be willing to share a bit on your experiences
They both look at each other and nod at you,
after
like
selection.
fervently.
Yes, and then I assume they enter and they sit
Yeah.
in front.
One of them sits on the chair because there's no other chair. The other one sits on the bed with their legs crossed.
Okay.
Um,
So I'll first explain why it is I'm here. So, me and a few associates are here because we're investigating the actions of a certain politician in the area, and we believe that he is heavily involved with these raids. So, any information you tell me will be useful for us.
Hazik said that we were to come here and explain what happened to us. They took us together. And then the other guy
Nod,
goes,
nod.
so I think it's kind of like a bonding experience. And then the other guy just smiles like, kind of.
When
the-
you were taken, was there anyone else taken with you? Or was it just the two of you?
It was the two of us here, and then they drove the cart, and then a girl, maybe 16, blonde hair, blue eyes, freckles, really cute.
From another establishment.
Yeah, we've never seen her before.
Nod, nod. Do you have any idea where they took her from?
I'm gonna make a roll to see if they can tell. Beep boop. Okay. The blonder one looks I think we went about 10 minutes before they stopped.
10 minutes away.
I can't tell you direction.
I imagine they didn't let you see the road.
No, it was a very closed place. Then a black hair guy goes, "Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't put blindfolds on us, but kind of didn't need to because the cart was closed, no windows."
Okay. So he said 10 minutes away.
Yep.
No blindfolds. Do go on.
I'm just confused. I would say we're the lucky ones. We came back. I don't really have any feelings about it. It was a job, a weird job.
The client, they had strange requests.
That's the thing. I don't remember. And then he looks to Ren, and Renard is just like, also shakes his head. I
Is
don't
there
remember.
anything you do remember? Smells, something you ate? Any
Closer,
feelings?
like it felt like we were on that cart forever. And then
Nod.
after a while, I started getting woozy. At that point, the little girl had fallen asleep, and Renard was also passed out.
The guards that were with you, did they exhibit any similar behavior or strange behavior, I suppose?
Falling asleep?
Yes,
No.
or appearing woozy. So it was just the three of you in the cart,
There were two guards.
but they didn't seem affected like you were.
No. I really can't say they had masks. And then the Renard nods.
Did they give anything to you?
No.
Okay.
We were bound. But I think that's more so that we don't run away once the doors open.
Nod. Do you remember the doors opening?
After the first time, no. He stays silent for 3-ish minutes.
So, what do you remember then?
There was... Renard speaks up. Everything is moving. Everything just, like a vertigo.
Nod.
But I can't remember faces. I just remember being not scared, just perturbed. But I really, what is confusing is I can't remember faces. I can't remember exactly what happened.
Okay. So Bosk will clarify that they weren't given anything to eat or drink. They weren't injected with anything. The guards were wearing masks.
Yeah.
And they did not seem affected.
Renard looks at his arms and he looks at his legs. And then he looks at Stimson, who also does the same. And then Stimson goes, this happened a week and a half ago, I think. So if you want to do any checks, I think the marks might still be here.
A week and a half. It's worth a shot. All right, if you don't mind. I will perform said checks because maybe they were injected by something without their knowledge. They were
Yeah, maybe.
adrenaline.
Most
and,
likely,
you
you think that they would be unable to tell if they were, especially in certain places that they cannot see.
Yep. Okay, so I will do a check since
Medicine check.
the
Let's go.
fellow so graciously offered himself. Oh, come on. There we go.
25.
25's on the right side
Ah.
this time.
Exactly. You do a check. You ask them to disrobe.
Yep.
You know, they're still wearing their underwear and stuff.
Yeah.
You
One at a time. of
get
course.
them to lie down on the bed one at a time. And you go through, look for skin lesions, any burn marks, any traces of bruises, just like for what's her name? I forgot her name. Damn. What is her name? Keelai.
I also. Keelai.
You see maybe one or two remnants of a hickey, maybe like
But
bruises.
that's probably from like work, right?
You think so?
I'm looking for something that's what 1.5 weeks old.
You see a very strange bruise at the back of the neck, at the nape.
Okay.
It is very long and thin.
Interesting. What does it tell me?
It tells you that somebody injected something into the skin of this person.
Okay, so when I'm checking next guy, I'm going to look for the same thing.
It is definitely there, but less visible. You think Stimson heals slower than Ren does.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So I will tell them about this observation. With Keelai, she was taken a lot earlier, right?
It was taken 2 months ago.
Okay, so I probably wouldn't have noticed anything like this on her.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I will tell them what I've found and explain to them like, oh, maybe like you seem like you have might have been injected with something that made you lose consciousness and made you all woozy. What do you remember next?
The next thing I remember is actually waking up here.
Ah, so they returned you.
He nods. I don't know what happened to the little girl. I'm worried. I know it's every man for himself here. I get it. It's hard. But she just looks so... She doesn't look like she works here. That's the worrying part.
Right. You mentioned 10 minutes away.
He nods.
Did she seem like someone of your profession, or
Definitely
she dressed a certain way?
He thinks she was dressed very casually. Not like the tourists. But
Right.
definitely not one of us. Like, I would know. We've been on this street for ages.
Not. So possibly a waitress, similar? You said that she was young.
Maybe 16, 17.
Oh, dressed casually. And I clarify that this happened at the usual sort of 2-3 a.m. type time frame.
They confirm.
Yep. And based on her appearance and to my knowledge, what would be within 10 minutes from here by cart? Just like more bars, more sort of night
Mostly, yeah.
places?
You don't know whether it's 10 minutes up or 10 minutes down. If it's 10 minutes
yeah.
down, you would start going towards Queen Street, which is which is the direction of Sunshine.
Yep.
If you go up, you would go to the end of King Street and into like the more non-red light entertainment areas.
I see. So whoever this girl was, she was wearing casual clothes and was out and about on at 2, 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
16, so that suggests something like a waitress or random person. From the way that she was dressed, was she wearing like an apron or something like that that would indicate what she was doing before she was taken?
He shakes his head. I didn't see an apron.
Nod, nod.
I also didn't get to talk to her much.
Right. Did the guards disallow you from speaking to each other?
He nods. Face of kind of minor fear. Like he's recalling either the threat of assault or actual assault.
Okay. When the two of you found yourselves back here, did you have any sort of injuries or anything like that?
Bruises. And then Renard goes, yeah. Bruises.
Right. And you don't remember whether or not you attending the same client?
We can't both of them together just we can't say. Again, after falling asleep, we just
The
weren't
last thing you
in
remember
control.
was waking up.
It's like a lot of our time was missing. But there are flashes of recognition. It's just blurry, like a really bad painting.
Describe to me this bad painting.
It's like if you took an image and you made it water and you smeared it across the wall. It's very disorienting. Again, I'm not saying that what we went through was worse. We're just glad that we're back with not much happening to us.
Of course, of course. This happened 1.5 weeks ago. Might be a stretch.
And just as you start thinking about what kind of stretch it is, you hear a knock on the door, and Hazik comes in, and he goes, "You know, you're really lucky. She wants to see you."
Oh. Yes, of course. I turn to Ren and Stimpson, and I will ask them, actually. I don't suppose I could trouble both of you for a blood sample.
They seem kind of taken aback. It's nothing illegal. It's not like blood magic, is it?
No, but if they injected you with something, there is a small chance that I might find a trace of it. It's, well, it's unlikely given this was 1.5 weeks ago. But there is a chance. Particularly yours. Was it Stimson that
Yeah, he heals slower.
recovers? Yeah. Yeah. So-
He cringed. He's like, oh, sure. What do I need to do?
Oh, right. And then I will um tell what's his face. I'm sorry. I
Zeke.
know, yeah, Madame is probably not used to waiting, but this will only take a moment.
He nods and then he leaves to go let the madam know.
Yep. So what I'll do is I'll just like collect a couple of blood samples from them and store them in a place where it won't go bad immediately, and then I will give them like a nice drink to revitalize them after. Sugary drink.
And that is where we're gonna stop for today. Good sesh.
Okay. We got some information, guys.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you
Okay.
for watching.
Bye.
Bye.